my word.
Oh, it's loading.
Oh, okay. Who's doing? Sam, you want to do the intro or whatever? I don't know. Are we doing an intro?
Yeah, we could.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up on my phone so I could see like who's in the chat.
Right, we are now live.
Live.
Just gotta check on my alternate laptop.
No
to see if...
one's showing anyway. It's all
okay.
right.
We gotta go. That's it.
We're just hanging out with.
It says
We're just hanging out
Steve-
with each other here.
Oh, yeah, it shows up on the.
It says Steve's personal meeting room.
Oh shit.
So people might be like, "Oh,
edit video maybe.
We're learning here, folks. We're learning.
Oh yeah, it does. Okay. That's not what I named this meeting.
Hey, I see us.
you do?
Yeah, where's the chat room though? Is there a chat?
Yeah, there's a chat.
Okay. All right. I don't see it, but you know.
I see the chat.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah,
Very
I see Sam just sent a message.
Show. Oh, okay. Hi. Oh, that strange show. How you doing, guys? Thanks for coming, everyone. We're still prepping here, but we're almost getting ready. We're almost ready to go. Steve's gonna change some stuff around. Steve's OnlyFans. Oh.
Already you're talking about my OnlyFans?
Yes.
I try to keep that on the down low, but I guess the secret's out.
Yes, it is. We got good evening. Oh, hey, Josh. What's up, man? Thank you so much for being a listener. We're excited to do our very first live stream. All right, Sam, you want to start us off? We ready to go?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean we're just hanging out, Joe.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I didn't know.
Hey guys, hey friends, hey everyone. Thanks for joining us, as Joe already said, for our first live stream for the Horror Squad podcast. Thanks for joining us and hanging out with us this lovely Saturday night. We are sad to tell you that Todd will not be joining us tonight, but we're here, so we hope that we can entertain you and just hang out and talk horror. And if you're eating any snacks, let us know. I had nachos before this, and I think Joe said Weezerface had mentioned that they were also making nachos too.
Yeah, she said Halloween nachos.
I'm jealous.
Wait, what are Halloween nachos?
It's a great question. I see she's in the chat, so she's gonna have to let us know what exactly Halloween nacho. I'm guessing maybe black and orange chips of some kind, maybe with some blood and guts on top for toppings. I don't know.
I love it. I love it.
Love it.
All right. Did all my stuff change? It doesn't say Steve's OnlyFans account anymore.
Let's see. Let me try to refresh it.
Yeah. Awesome. So what's going on, guys?
Yeah, it's changed.
It's changed. Oh, that's strange. So it said Joe, chill. All right, yeah. All right, I'm chilling. I'm sorry.
All right. So before we start, one of our faithful listeners, Chuck, is braving the world out there right now. He's on a first date. Like, damn. First dates are the worst. They like give you so much anxiety and stuff. Mm-hmm. So I promised him that we're gonna tell him about like advice for, I guess, a second date, hopefully. So Chuck, good luck. And here is our unsolicited, horrible dating advice. Probably I haven't dated in 12 years, so I'm definitely rusty on that front. But you guys are a little more recent than me. Got any dating advice for Chuck?
I wish I knew if Chuck was in the chat.
No, he's on his date.
He's on his
first date.
Oh, and so, but how's he gonna know what to do with our tips?
The video is going to be up for a little while.
Oh, okay, but then by the time he
for date 2
tips. Oh, okay, on date 2.
Because there will be a date 2.
Oh, okay, Steve.
I
All right, Joe, what were you saying? All right, Chuck.
Well, I guess I mean from a man's perspective, You know, you gotta treat her like a lady. You gotta be respectful, open doors. You got to, you know, always pay, especially on a first date or a second date. You know, pay for dinner or wherever you guys go. You definitely want to do that, I think. Yeah, and just treat her with respect. Sam can tell you. I was, you know, when I tried to catch her, I felt like I did all that, and I guess it worked.
Tried to catch her? Is she a Pokemon? Like,
Yeah, you're still chasing me. I'm not caught just yet, sir.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw the question in the chat, and I'm also curious if you're willing to tell us. What was your first date like?
Oh, our first date.
Yeah, your first date, like in person. I know, like you met online and stuff. So did I. I met my wife online, but what was your first like physical date like?
Yeah,
I think we went to go see The Ring 2 or 3 or whatever it was, the new Ring movie.
Rings.
Which
I don't even know what number that is, but like 4, 5, who knows? Yeah, we had very obviously like untraditional relationship, like since we were long distance. So like we didn't do like the typical first date or stuff like that. You know, it was a lot of online chats and stuff like that, and video chats and stuff like that. And then I flew and saw her. And our first official date was Rings. And she drove me because I didn't have a car because I was in Kansas. So yeah, and then I think that was it. We watched Rings and it was terrible. So we have that memory.
Joe's leaving out another part is that we had ordered pizza, I think, like that night later when we got back to my apartment. And I tried to get a first kiss from Joe and he denied me.
I did.
What happened?
So I was like so nervous because like this was like our first time. Well, we had met previously, but we weren't like dating or anything yet. So this was like our first time, and like I did not want our first kiss for me to have like terrible like garlic pizza breath. So like I just like panicked in the moment when she went in for the kiss. But we did like kiss, but it wasn't like
stop it.
It was like a kiss, but it was more like a peck, and I kind of pulled away because I got nervous.
Anyways, enough about me and Joe's gushy, boring relationship.
Right.
Steve, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking something called Amsterdam Blonde. It's from a local brewery. I got the big can. So
love it.
Yeah.
Joe and I are drinking margaritas.
Yes, margs.
Nice.
As far as the second date, I would just say definitely, hopefully you're asking questions about the person that you're on the date with and seeming interested in them and not being on your phone. That's the worst thing when you go on a date and someone's on their phone. Like there's not going to be a second date if you're on your phone. It's so rude. And it's like you can't step away from your phone for 2 hours of the evening. So yeah, I would say just listen, ask questions, be interested, and no phone.
Good advice, Sam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's been so long, but just, be respectful, listen. That's something a lot of people wait for their turn to talk. Just, listen to what she has to say and go with the flow. Like, don't put insane expectations on yourself. It's just the first date, get to know her, and then see where it goes from there. So good luck, Chuck. We're rooting for you.
Yeah. Speaking of first dates, Alex in the chat said, took a girl to see House of a Thousand Corpses on our first date. I knew she was a keeper. Then I married her 15 years later, still going strong.
How sweet. I mean, if you take a girl on a first date to see House of a Thousand Corpses and she doesn't like run away, then yeah, I would say she's a keeper because that movie was pretty fucked up.
Yeah, we did. It was Final Destination 4. So I think that's the Final Destination. That was my second date with who eventually became my wife. The horror test was always important to me. If they can go through a horror film in the theater, then definitely a keeper.
Yeah, totally.
So if you guys want to ask us some questions, of course we'll answer them in the chat. Keeping an eye on it when I can. And let us know also, like, any stories you guys say. I'm super interested to hear like dating advice from you guys and all that fun stuff. I did have, where's my stupid phone? I did have a few pre-questions. Yeah, go ahead, Joe.
No, I got the answer I see from Weezerface about these Halloween nachos. So she said she uses blue corn chips, so they look purple, and then she adds orange bell peppers for the orange and purple feel, and then she adds some pickled jalapenos in honor of Sam. So there you go. There are your Halloween nachos, folks.
I saw a comment to hit him up with the ASL. I don't know if you guys remember the old chat rooms, like on ICQ and stuff like that, where people
ICQ. Oh my gosh!
I know. I'm showing some age a little bit.
I love that.
Oh yeah, I loved ICQ. It had a charm to it. It's that's the sounds that it made. You knew exactly what was going on. And
yep. Wasn't there a flower involved?
Yeah, it's a little flower. Exactly. That's what the logo for ICQ was.
That I do not recall.
I'm sure you don't, Joe. It was just the way that it was like one of the first chat services that I remember using. There was AOL Online and stuff like that, but I won't bore you with those details. I do have a question for you guys, though, that somebody asked me. So Mandy, she asked me to, ask a few questions during the thing. And one of the things she wanted to ask us is living the horror life. So we're all people who pretty much live the horror life. Our houses are decked out in horror and all that stuff. So how do your coworkers, your friends, your family react to your horror life? She also wants to know when strangers come over, what's their reaction? And finally, when people come over, is there anything you hide because of your horror, love?
Mm-hmm. I'll say for me, everyone is like super supportive of it. Like all my friends and family, and even like coworkers. Like I'll show them, and they'll be like, "Oh, that's awesome." Who knows what they're saying behind my back? But to my face, everyone is really cool about it. I don't hide anything. Like there's nothing I'm ashamed of in my collection or anything like risque maybe or something. No, like nothing like that. So yeah, I mean, everyone's like super cool about it. And when I started my YouTube channel, like all my friends and family were super supportive, and I got away with that from that. And me and Todd started the podcast, which eventually became this podcast, the Horror Squad podcast. And yeah, it's been a great time, and everyone's been great.
I don't really hide anything either. I think it was weird for people at first, but they already knew that I loved Halloween, and they were just like, "Oh, that's so great that you embrace that all the time." Just because like it made me happy. So I think they were like, "Yeah, that's great." It's always the people that aren't in your circle and that you don't really care about. Those are the ones that can kind of be like, "Wow, you're a nerd," or "Oh my gosh, you're such a child," but they don't matter.
Yeah, see, my family think I'm a complete weirdo.
So, they do?
Yeah, totally. They just don't get it at all. Like my dad loves it, but people, and I guess my sister loves it too. But the rest, like my grandparents, my aunt, my cousins, they're all like, "What the hell? What's going on in your life?" My coworkers, my coworkers now don't really know. I've kind of kept that part separate. Other than Mandy, of course, because she, lives the same type of life. But my coworkers on my old job definitely look down on it and would constantly make issues about it and stuff. So, they're all like golfers and, like they'd sip wine, do crossword puzzles, and go golf. Like that was their whole life. It was just so boring. And talk about stocks and stuff. Like it just wasn't my life at all. As far as strangers, there's always like not a comment, but a look that they have when they come into my horror basement. And yes, there is one thing I hide. I'm sure it's pretty obvious to anyone who's listened to the podcast. There's a giant bump of blankets in the middle of my basement, and no one ever questions why. But so that's pretty much the only thing I actually hide, just because I don't feel like having that conversation every time. It's just, and I don't want trouble too. I know at some point someone's gonna like call the cops and be like, and it's just be trouble for nothing. Obviously, it's legal. There's nothing bad about it, but it's a perception thing, right? So,
I want to see a photo of the blanket pile when it's on there.
I'll do it soon. I'm getting my air conditioning checked next week, so I'm gonna definitely do the blanket pile. It's just in this basement so I just moved last year. In this basement, it's kind of in the back, so you don't really see it. So I could get away with not really hiding it. But in my old one, it was like front and center, just right there, and no one ever questioned it. It was just there, you know, like, okay, they got a pile of blankets for whatever reason. That's a good time.
I love that though.
So I've got a question from Galdeval Master. I'm saying French.
Wow.
What's the earliest Halloween costume you guys remember wearing?
Ooh. I remember it was either kindergarten or first grade, and I went as Freddy Krueger, actually. And I distinctly remember it because I'm left-handed, and they only had right-handed like Freddy gloves, obviously, so I had to wear it like on my dominant hand, and it was just like flapping like that. Like I was like, it was so awkward. Like I couldn't even like move it or anything. It was just like really like just weird, but it was awesome. I got like so many compliments on it. I don't know what people would think like nowadays about like a kid that age being Freddy Krueger, but I mean, it was awesome. And we went through like, we did like a parade like in class, and we went through all the classrooms and stuff like that. So yeah, it was cool.
How sweet. I feel like mine was probably a witch or a cat. I don't know. I've always liked the traditional Halloween costumes like that.
Yeah, I'm sure I had earlier ones, but the first one I distinctly remember is my grandmother made my cousin and I the Undertaker from the WWF at the time costumes.
Nice.
And
that's so awesome.
It was great. She would sew stuff, so we had the long black coat and the brimmed hat. But for an urn, she wasn't like good at making that. She took a ketchup bottle and painted it gray and put "Rest in Peace" on it.
Oh,
so we went both as the Undertaker that year, and it was
nice.
It was awesome because back then there weren't really wrestling costumes like it. So costumes in the early '90s, late '80s, early '90s, there weren't good ones. Like they were usually some shitty plastic mask was like this thinnest friggin' like little cord to hold it together that would slowly get shorter as the night progressed, where it was like up against your face and you couldn't breathe. That was like the extent of a mask back then. It was just, it's not like it is now, man. Like I look at costume shops like, damn, I wish we had that as a kid. It was
and even everyone's DIY skills have gotten so impressive.
Yeah, well, they also have references, right? So you could look it up on YouTube. You could look it up on what's that is that oh my god, my Pinterest. That's right. My mother-in-law talks about it every friggin' day. But yeah, so we didn't have that back then. It had to be catalogs or the library or something like that. And yeah, definitely had some interesting costumes though back then. People were really creative with what they would do and stuff. So you guys been watching anything horror that wasn't covered on the show or anything like that?
Not since we talked for the podcast.
We went and saw Spiral.
Oh yeah, we did see Spiral. We hope to cover it on the podcast soon. But Joe and I, we just went to Walmart because apparently, which you guys need to let us know in the chat. So all the time in all of the horror groups and even in Joe's group, we see people will post new horror shirts from Walmart all the time. They're never as good or like as many as it was a few years ago, like maybe 6 years ago. I remember they had like the coolest shirts. But anyways, everyone's always posting, oh, this new horror shirt, this new horror shirt. And every time we go, we can never find any horror shirts. But my point is for the story is we were looking through the DVDs and it was just cool seeing some movies that we wanted to watch. Like Joe took a few photos of it because we were like, let's just look up these movies and see if we like them. But yeah, that was my little rant anyway.
Yeah, there was one called The Call with, right? I think it was called The Call with Lynn Shay and Tobin Bell. So
yeah, that's one I definitely want to check out.
Yeah, it came out, I think this year or last year, but I was like, how have I not heard of this? Lynn Shay and Tobin Bell. It cannot probably be good if it, two huge actors like that.
If I remember right, it's about a group of teenagers at a couple's house who the couple apparently is sinister and they only have a certain amount of time to survive. So
if anyone's seen
it,
let us know in the chat for sure. I'm sure someone in the chat has seen it by now. But yeah, what else was? Oh, there was like some awful Leprechaun movie. We put it up in the Discord. I sent a picture in the Discord, and I don't know. I gotta see it because it just looks so just awful. So
that movie's stalking me. Tubi always recommends that movie to me for some reason. But every time I open a Tubi, it's the one that like pops up first as you should watch this. So maybe I will now. Now that you brought it up from God, wherever it came from. You should yeah, it's probably one of those terrible Tubi video movies.
Yeah.
That you find at a dollar store. It's good times. I actually watched a movie a few weeks ago that I didn't talk about the podcast, but I'm like, okay, it's been too long now, with Tobin Bell, called Beelzebub.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, it's on. I think it's a Shudder movie. It was interesting. If anyone's looking for like it's kind of a ghost cop investigation movie where something happens to a bunch of kids in a school. They all die and stuff, and they don't know why, and they're blaming like this guy, and it's just a cop trying to get revenge because his son was there. And it's an interesting movie. So if you're looking for some kind of recommendation on Shudder, I'd say watch it. But it is half in Spanish, or maybe 3/4 in Spanish and the other quarter in English, which they don't tell you. Like it starts as a completely English movie. So my wife hates watching anything that's not English. She just hates subtitles and stuff like that. So we start watching again, and it's in English. So like, I'll watch it. And then it turns to Spanish for like an hour, and she's just so pissed off. Yeah, so
definitely have to be in the mood for it. That's how I feel.
Yeah, it was bizarre that it kept going back and forth between English and Spanish. I thought like it was like pick one or the other. Like what? Like you're either a foreign movie or you're not. Like I found that to be really weird with it. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't bad. It had some great moments and some pretty cool scares, especially like when they're in the church there with the Jesus statue. That was pretty cool.
That was cool.
Oh, sorry, Steve. I was going to go to the chat. Ryan wants to know, what would you like to dress up as if you had the resources to do anything?
Oh, that's.
And while you guys are thinking of that, I'm just going to read a few more comments. Kayla said that she was a pink Power Ranger. Is the first costume she remembers. And then That Strange Show wanted to know about our thoughts on Spiral, but I don't think we want to spoil it for Steve, so we won't say too much or nothing at all about it.
I'm pretty salty about it, actually. If the reason that we were going to cover it this week on the podcast, but it's only out in theaters, which is great. Theaters aren't open in Canada, so you can't see it.
Still on the lockdown.
I'm in like full lockdown. I can't even see like anyone outside. Like I'm in lockdown. There's nothing open. If you go even to a grocery store and they sell something that's not essential, they cordon that section off. Like you can't buy anything non-essential right here. So I can't see Spiral. So unfortunately, we're gonna wait. I think they said it's coming to VOD in like 15 to 30 days.
Well, that's not bad.
Yeah, we'll cover it then, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm really excited to hear everyone's thoughts on it. So I posted like a mini thought on my Instagram. So if you want to go see a little mini review, or follow my letterbox too, you'll see my rating.
Yeah, do you have an answer to Ryan's question about the costume without?
I mean, you got to go like something like super awesome, like makeup wise. I'll go, you know what? Like full-fledged Predator costume.
Nice. Nice. What about you, Sam?
So I'm always a big fan of Heidi Klum's costumes because she does like these extravagant parties. And I would love to do, if I had any makeup artist and costume designer, I would love to do one that she's already done. And it's the werewolf from, well, he's kind of a cat too, but from Thriller, Michael Jackson's costume.
Yeah, Werecat. I think you're the one who took a question away, a point away from me in the trivia one time because I called it a werewolf. You're like, no, it's a werecat. Yeah, it's a good one because it's like obscure, but everyone knows it. It's like it has that nice fine line between
iconic. The two. Yep.
Yeah, that's great. Actually, speaking of the Jacksons, on a little tangent, I am deeply so. My wife's a huge Janet Jackson fan, and she has she's auctioning off a bunch of her stuff. and we're like on the fence to try to pick up. She has these skull doorknobs.
Oh my gosh.
They might be furniture knobs. I'm not even sure. That it's not super clear on the auction site, but we're thinking about buying them just to say we have Janet Jackson's like skull.
I need to
knobs.
look. I love Janet Jackson.
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff.
I'm gonna have to ask your wife how she feels about Janet. Doesn't have any part in it, but they're making a documentary about the whole thing that went down at the Super Bowl with her and Justin.
Yeah.
Should be interesting, but
yeah, I was actually for everyone in the chat, if you're interested, that same auction site is doing Elvira in October. So Elvira is auctioning a bunch of her personal stuff. And if you're interested in maybe picking up something, of course the bigger pieces are going to go crazy.
Oh yeah.
But like me with the doorknobs, it's not something iconic, but it's something that she owned. So it could be the same thing with Elvira. I think it'd be pretty cool to own something that Elvira owned in her house or something like that. So
definitely.
I'll post a link in the Discord and stuff like that, so you guys can check it out. And as far for the answer, I think I'd go as a Toxic Avenger. Like I've never seen a Toxic costume like in person ever. I've seen pictures of it at cons and stuff, but I think it'd be really cool to go like full makeup Toxic Avenger.
When Sam and I
would be pretty cool too.
Oh my god, yeah, Pumpkinhead would be amazing. I was gonna say when Sam and I met Lloyd Kaufman, he had like a Toxie with him. It was pretty cool.
Nice. Yeah, no, I funny Lloyd Kaufman story. I only met him. I peed next to him. This is the only time I ever met him. He was in the bathroom and just went to the stall next to me, but I didn't say anything because I thought that'd be awkward. So good times there. Like you don't approach people at the bathroom,
Yeah, definitely not. I'm sure there's some people that do though.
There might be a special guest coming.
Yes.
To our
I just saw that.
So that'd be awesome. Just a message I saw. Vaccines are rolling a lot quicker in Canada, so it's going to open up soon. So that I'm not worried about it. It's I booked my Halloween Horror Nights tickets already because I'm that confident that everything's opening up. So.
Wait, I have a question, and maybe I don't know if Steve will have an answer or not, but what's the French username? How do you pronounce that?
I have to find it. Let's see.
It's
Gardevoir Master.
Gardevoir Master wants to know which Real Housewife would survive a slasher movie.
Nene Leakes. I'm calling it now.
I would say, yeah, Nene's a great one. I would also say Candy. I think she would survive.
Yeah. So fun fact, Sam has completely turned me on to the Real Housewives. Like we watch like every Real Housewives, and I actually enjoy some of them.
Actually, I think there's an obvious choice. Kyle Richards.
Yeah. That's
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's...
that is true.
I know way too much about the Housewives. my wife is a huge fan, now. And by like association, I know a lot about it.
There are some of them I can't stand, but they're, New Jersey, I'm a big fan. I'm not going to lie. Big fan. God, that's a great question. Real housewife that would survive. Let's go Teresa. She's been through a lot.
she's got a temper. She's flips tables and goes nuts.
She would make the slasher run. So
yeah, she might be the slasher. Honestly, she got crazy eyes. Like, her and Danielle would probably. Okay, I know too much. It's scaring I'm scaring myself by how much I know about it.
I love it.
That and 90 Day Fiance, I just know too much about those shows to.
Oh yeah. Donna said Vicky. I think Vicky would too. She's pretty smart and she keeps
and crazy.
She keeps on her toes. So.
Wait, who's Vicky?
She's in Beverly Hills.
from Orange County. She's the
okay.
Insurance lady. She's not on there anymore, but.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
She was like the OG of it. But then they made her a friend, and she's like, "I'm more than a friend," so she just.
All right,
show.
yeah. All right.
But they do have awesome Halloween episodes, I will say.
They do. We just watched one. It was awesome. What was that? New Jersey, right?
Yep.
We got Big T coming in.
Oh,
all right, Big T.
Big T.
There he is.
There he is.
I don't know if he hears us, but there he is.
Hi,
Todd is here. Oh, it says he's connecting the
He's
audio.
connecting to audio.
Hello?
Hey,
Hello.
Todd.
Hello.
There he is, folks.
How's
We're
everybody?
Fantastic.
I love your horror corner. Well,
Horror
that poster
corner?
might.
Yeah, I was
that
like, it's
poster
definitely
might not be horror, but the other one is. Isn't it? Oh,
Which
no,
one
it's
do-
not.
No, these are both. This is actually my poker table area. So I got
Oh, nice.
Casino Royale over here, which is an awesome one if you're into poker.
Nice.
Oh.
And the
Love it.
Fighter, Reservoir Dogs, and Predator.
Yes.
Oh, those look
Nice.
nice.
They do.
So, sorry I'm late to the people. Thanks for allowing me to come on late. Appreciate it.
Yes, of course, of course. We
There's
are
some
full
things
horror
around.
squad, full squad podcast now. I love it.
Captain Planet's about to show up, so
Oh, yeah.
we're squatted up.
As long as it's
Everyone-
not Don Cheadle, Captain Planet. I
Oh
think
my
we're
god,
okay.
that was so
Oh.
funny though. Yeah. All right, we got any other questions in the chat? I'm trying to follow at the same time. It's on
Yeah, it's going
multiple
crazy.
laptops. Yeah.
Everyone's
it's
saying
tough.
hi, Todd.
Where do I see chats? I'm like a grandma when it comes to this.
yeah,
I'm just on my phone on the channel.
Oh, okay.
you
I'll,
just gotta go to the
I'll rely on
YouTube
you,
channel.
Sam.
Kayla wanted to know pizza or burger for dinner. So we got that going on in the chat right now.
I
I,
voted
uh,
for pizza.
I
Burger.
always vote pizza. Always
Burger.
Yeah,
pizza.
I'm burger too. So it's,
Burger. Although
We are
I did have
split.
I did have pizza tonight, but burger like 99% of the time because if we gotta get personal, I get the shits from pizza. So
All the time? It's the cheese?
no, I think it's the marinara sauce because if I have barbecue pizza, which is my favorite, I don't usually get it. But if it's
Oh.
I don't know, it's rolling the dice really. I had Little Caesars
Okay.
tonight. Do you have Little Caesars in Canada, Steve?
I do, but it's like the worst one.
I was like,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
why you might have the shits, Todd, if it's Little Caesar. It's like
Well-
Domino's for Joe.
Yeah, Little Caesars is like the shittiest pizza, but it's $5. So
Yeah, I can't beat it.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I agree.
Oh.
I'd pick a burger every time as well.
Burger.
If I had the choice at a restaurant, it's a burger. I feel pizza is more of a at home like delivery thing as
Mhm.
we're opposed to
pizza's like a last minute thing, you know,
Yeah.
in my opinion. Although barbecue pizza though, I'll get that anytime.
Barbecue pizza's good. Kayla wants to know, she said, welcome, Todd. I keep forgetting to ask, what did you buy with last year's trivia winnings?
Ooh.
Which I need to still send you money for.
This might be a sensitive topic.
Yeah.
I did not plant this, but I should have. Well, why don't you tell us, Joe and Sam, what did I buy?
We have not sent Todd the
I'm gonna
money.
do it
You know
right
what?
now.
I'm sending it right now too.
Dang. But with,
Todd, I'm a very forgetful person. Joe's asked me to trim his beard for like 4 weeks now, and I keep
It's
forgetting.
True. It's true. and
Joe
this
can
is
trim
where
his
we're
own
at
beard.
now.
it's not like the back of your neck where you need like a spotter.
Yeah, but I'll fuck it up. Like no problem.
Yeah,
Then
I wish
I'll
I
have to
could grow
shave. Then I'll be
thick beard.
fully. Then I'll be bald, and then Sam will break up with me because she doesn't like guys without beards. So
She doesn't?
no,
Say that.
Interesting.
I
I
had
mean, I
a,
do
if,
like beards, but
if you remember, I had a goatee, and then I started dating Sam, and I went full beard because she's like, your goatee's
I don't
good.
remember
if
you
I
had
was
a
a
beard.
guy, I would have a beard. It's not fair that you guys can just have a beard and look
You
like
can technically have a
a
beard.
different person.
It's just
I
you'd
would
be frowned
Cute
upon.
with a beard.
Bearded
I think
lady.
it would bring out my eyes.
I don't
It
think I can
would.
see your eyes past the beard.
What? It'd be like this. Like, look how cute that is. Are you kidding me? Because especially with the mask, everyone notices my eyes more. So if I had a beard, I think it would work.
Have you seen that guy that is like extremely good looking, but he has very feminine features and he wears a mask, obviously. And he goes on
Ooh.
those, I don't know his name. He goes on those like those webcam things where you masturbate to each other, but he
What's
pretends he's
that?
Oh,
a chatterbait.
Chatterbait.
What is that?
You never seen that before? Anyway, he looks like a girl from this up. So all these dudes
Mhm.
start jerking and then he pulls his mask down and they're like, oh.
That's hilarious.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
But to answer the question, I bought a Day of the Dead special edition Blu-ray from Australia with Steve's money.
Mm-mm.
So
Nice.
And then he's about to buy another. What treat will you buy once me and Joe send you our money?
I don't know. I gotta look what's worth $60.
All right.
Well, Todd, I don't know if you heard. Now, I don't know if I want to say this because it might spoil it for Steve. So I'll wait. I'll tell you offline.
Is it about
it's a spiral
shitty
thing.
spiral? Spoiler.
It's their yeah, all right. Well, never mind. You won't be excited about it if you didn't like it. But I have to mention this because Sam, I know, is going to be really excited. And I know because I already told her, but I want her to talk about it on the show. It was announced today that the Bring It On franchise. Are you guys familiar with the Bring It On franchise?
Of course.
I got the Blu-ray set. So
well, Sci-Fi is making an original Bring It On movie titled Bring It On Halloween. It is going to be a horror-based Bring It On movie. So here is the synopsis. It says, held down by restrictive rules, an embattled cheerleading squad seeks the freedom of a creepy closed school gym to practice for regionals. But when members of the squad start to disappear, the cheerleaders must unmask their assailant to save themselves.
Wow. That's yeah. Okay.
Steve will watch it for sure.
Of course. I mean, it goes without saying.
You watch all of them.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, that's a problem. I can't just watch one. I'm gonna have to watch the whole goddamn series.
I don't know what's happening, so you gotta go from part one, move up.
Right. Yeah. Very important to get all the story in for that series. We got a question from Desiree. What horror movie genuinely grosses you guys out?
Oh. I don't
Starts
know.
with Ku, ends with Uso.
Kuso is pretty gross.
It's probably
There's like nothing that grosses me out. I've been so desensitized by like everything I've watched. Like maybe when I was like in high school, some stuff grossed me out, but nowadays, absolutely nothing. I guess like back then, probably Salo, and it still is pretty gross. So that was probably the one that really like was like, yeah, watching people eat shit and stuff. I mean, some people it might turn on, but for me, no, I'm not a scat lover. Sorry.
Not a scat man.
Scat. I'm a scat man. Ba-da-da-da.
Grossing out. Well, I think I talked about on House on Haunted Hill episode where people are getting operated on when they're alive still. So that section at the beginning where the inmates are opening up the doctors and stuff, that's gross.
Right. Yeah. What grosses me out is anything that has to do with like the mouth for some reason. Like if people are eating gross stuff or puking out gross stuff, that's the only thing really in horror that like grosses me out. So we watched a movie, which I can't say because it's under embargo right now, that we'll talk about and have an interview for in the next episode, where she's like puking and then like putting stuff in her mouth and putting stuff into someone else's mouth. And I can't. I just, it's my weakness. I cannot watch people put gross stuff in their mouth. It's just, and that's why Kuso just absolutely was the most disgusting thing ever, because there's a lot of that in the movie. The first scene in particular is just so beyond disgusting that, I mean,
what's that movie about?
Good. Yeah, I watched it. I still don't know.
People being tortured.
No, well, yeah, in real life, not in the movie. Just
tortured.
It's like
watching
gross to be
yeah.
gross. It's like trying to outdo each other at how gross they are. And it blows my mind that this thing premiered at Sundance.
Yeah.
Wow.
I could only imagine what that was like.
And a bunch of people walked out.
Shocker.
But I mean, all you need to know is like at one point, like this guy has like a boil on his neck, and like, or a girl, is it the girl has a boil on her neck, and like the guy has sex with the boy,
and like
the boil like talks and stuff, and then the guy like he has like sex with the boil like on the girl's neck.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god! Why did I ask?
It's so weird. It's like beyond weird. You can't even imagine how weird it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's
yeah.
No good.
And what else? There's like, what is the doctor? They go to like a doctor because like, what is it? She's like pregnant or something.
Yeah, and they're gonna use a coat hanger to give her an abortion. It's like just disgusting to be disgusting.
Yeah,
it really is. There's a guy who was like a poop thing where he's growing a poop monster. It's like,
yeah.
It became like a challenge to finish it. I just had to, and I never ever. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it again.
Yeah,
Yikes.
it's like anthology based, but it kind of all connects. But yeah, I would never recommend it to anyone. Once again, if you're into poop and boils and semen and all that, then yeah, by all means.
Yikes.
But horror itself, like blood and killing and stuff, that doesn't gross me out at all.
Yeah, right.
I can recognize it's fake, and I'm just watching a movie, so it doesn't bother me.
Unless you watch a snuff film.
There's no such thing as snuff. You guys ever watch 8mm?
8mm is great. I love that movie.
Yeah, it is. It's a great movie.
It's been a long time since I've seen it, though.
Yeah, that's Joaquin Phoenix with blue hair that is in that with Nicolas Cage.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, yeah, it's an interesting film. It's an interesting film about underground pornography and stuff. So I just like watching Nicolas Cage. He's awesome.
Yeah, I was gonna say from like 8mm to Willy's Wonderland.
Yeah, it's been quite a career progression.
Right. I don't know if in the right way, but who knows?
Well, he's got. There's some gems in there, like, and he had that peak in the '90s, and 8mm was during his peak. So,
right, yeah.
Oh yeah, when he did like Face Off and Con Air. And
Con
The
Air
Rock,
was his
like,
best.
Those three. I think The Rock is.
The
better.
Rock, yeah, maybe The Rock. Yeah, The Rock was really good too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Con,
Con
what do
Air.
you think? You're probably.
Give me a put down the bunny, Joe.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Con Air.
Put the bunny back in the box.
Yeah. Con Air, because he's got that like everyman long hair.
Yeah.
Better in
and it flows in the wind and stuff.
Yeah. Con Air's just got such a good cast, like John Malkovich, Steve Buscemi. It's so good. And that a plane crashing through the Vegas Strip and not one person dying. It's a pure miracle.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, Steve Buscemi is like the ultimate like crazy. Was hilarious.
Isn't he? Isn't he like a convicted child murderer in that too?
I don't remember what he did. Probably.
I know they try to make him really like
the worst.
Like but they try to make him like a good character, don't they?
Yeah. They try to make you sympathize with him.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. He like befriends that little girl, and you're supposed to be like terrified, thinking he's gonna like kill her. And
yeah, he's reformed. The justice system works.
Yeah.
Let's see what else people are saying. If Black Swan is horror, Black Swan. Yeah, that was an interesting.
Is it horror?
Movie.
I like Black Swan.
Is it horror? It's like psychological horror, not it's.
I think it's close enough.
I think you're sticking in there.
Close enough.
It's close enough, I think. Yeah, to qualify as horror.
Definitely.
Actually, there's a comment that Weezerface made that I totally agree. My rating for a movie will always go up a point if it's got Halloween like decorations in it. It's I don't know. It's just. Okay, point. Put it on the board. It's got Halloween in it. I'm the same way. It's always been that way. Like TV shows, I'll stop and watch. I don't care what it is. If there's Halloween involved, I'm in.
Goes up 10 points for Sam.
Masterpiece.
It's like a 10 out of 10 already.
Brilliant.
Right. Question we got from Ryan. If you had to pick only 2 decades of horror to watch forever, which 2 are you picking?
2 decades. Oh.
80s for sure.
Yeah, maybe 70s and 80s for me.
Yeah.
So that's my pick. 70s and 80s for sure.
I think I would agree. Yeah. There's so many classics. Like, you can't go wrong.
Yeah, the 2000s.
80s and 90s.
I was going to say, I knew you'd pick 90s. You love those 90s.
Runner up would be 2000s.
Okay.
Yeah, we got that 90s show coming up in like a month and a half. I'm really looking forward to it because I have no idea what you guys are going to pick as your top films, because the 90s were all over the place.
Yeah. I'm going to have to sit down.
The same first one, though, I think.
Probably.
I think it's unanimous.
We should do a live stream and we can all dress up like we're in the 90s.
That'd be funny.
I would love that.
What would you? How do you dress up like you're in? Okay.
Joe, you spike your hair, you do the mohawk, you can do like the necklaces.
Steve will have his puka shells.
Puka shell,
Yeah.
Love it.
No puka shells. I was never the puka shell guy.
He was just the Dick and Legend shirt, whatever.
Oh my god! I edited it out of the podcast, so no one knows what that is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Should do it like along with Sam's idea. You got to dress from your favorite movie, like the year, if it's 96 or whatever.
Oh, I like that.
Dress how you would have dressed in 1996. I would have been.
That'd be fun.
And then you also pick a show, like one of your favorite shows that you would be watching, and your favorite 90s CD.
Oh my gosh!
All right, me, Steve, and Todd can dress like Hanson.
Oh, there you go.
And then Sam Moon could dress like
Spice Girls,
schoolgirl Brittany.
Spice Girls.
Oh no, yeah, that's
Who was your favorite Spice Girl, Sam?
I liked Scary and Sporty.
Okay.
Which one was Scary and Sporty? Was Sporty David Beckham's wife eventually?
Yes.
No, that was Posh.
Oh, okay.
That's Posh.
Never mind.
I know Baby for sure. That's about it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. But
Baby and Ginger. They were the
There's a Ginger?
Yeah, the redhead.
She's the redhead.
Oh, well, okay.
Jerry Halloway.
Sporty?
Sporty was fine. She was like
She was
my
like my least favorite. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Come on. What's
She
the
wore-
chat saying? Let us know in the chat.
She wore like the tracksuit pants, right? Or something.
Yeah,
like
the
that.
sports bras.
Yeah.
She was so cute.
I told you guys my Spice Girl story.
No,
you didn't.
No? Okay, I'll be quick because it's not really horror related. But so my friends and I, being idiots that we are, we all thought they were hot, right? And we always talked about who was the hottest and stuff like that. And some stupid rumor went around saying that the Spice World movie had them doing a nude scene together. And we're all like young teenage boys, right? So what was that? Like I was probably 15 or 16 at the time. So we all went to the theater, a group of like 8 to 10 guys went to the theater and went into the Spice World movie, and it's all fucking like 8-year-old girls with their moms. And we're just like, oh my god, what the hell did we do? And I'll never forget it because there was a trailer for Godzilla, the 98 version, and we were so hyped about that, and all the girls were like screaming and stuff, and then we sat through that horrible movie. Oh god, what a different time.
You watched the whole thing waiting for the nudies?
No, we knew when the 8-year-old girls were in there that it was probably not going to be what we expected. But
were you able to have a new respect for the Spice Girls?
Not at that time because I was an idiot, but later in life I appreciated them more, I guess. Because I liked their music. I hate, I'll be the first one to admit that some of their songs I think are really banging.
Yeah,
bangers.
Yeah. Let's see. I did see some.
Sam, I need to know. Someone in the chat said you should crimp your hair. Is that like a 90s thing?
I'll crimp my hair. I feel like it might have been more of an 80s thing. I think I did crimp my hair in the 90s too, though.
What is that? What do you exactly like? Is crimping?
Like the crimper
hair?
where it's kind of like the zigzags.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I think it was Weezer Face. Someone wanted to know what we're reviewing this week. Unfortunately, because I can't do Spiral. We're thinking about doing The Queen of Black Magic.
Which I was going to ask you, what's that about, Steve?
It's a ghost film from, where is it from? It's in one of the Asian countries. Forget if it's Korean or Japanese. It's currently my favorite film of the year.
Wow.
I think it's really good. So, and I'm actually looking forward to not only rewatching it, but it's one of those highly discussable films because there's a lot that happens in it that took me by surprise. Like it was a really interesting film.
And it's on Shudder, correct?
It's on Shudder, which came to another question, also from Weezer Face. So it's her birthday on Monday. So happy early birthday to Weezer Face. That's awesome. And she's getting Shudder as a gift.
Oh, so very good gift.
So if any recommendations that we have on Shudder.
Oh, that's awesome.
The Dark and the Wicked, for sure. Loved. I mean, that was one of my favorites from last year. And we interviewed the producer. So go back if you haven't listened to that episode.
She was super nice too.
She was, yeah. Is Psycho Gorman on there yet?
It will be soon.
Coming.
Yeah, it might be even next week or something. It's like really soon.
You gotta watch Psycho Gorman, like just for the experience of it.
Yeah, I gotta watch it still.
I think Todd will love it. Like I really do. I really enjoyed it. Steve and Sam were a little less loving on it, I feel like, than
the one character
in that one.
One character ruined that whole movie for me.
And Steve, that was from Indonesia, actually. Queen of Black Magic.
Okay, cool. And we're talking about the remake, not the original.
2019.
Oh, it's a remake.
Yeah,
oh,
it's a remake. Yeah, it's 2019. It released in the US in 2021, but it released in Indonesia in 2019. So.
Have you watched the original yet, Steve? Or
no, but I will for the review probably. Just compare it. But I hear they're not that similar. From
what year was the original, Todd? Did it say?
I think it's the 80s.
80s?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
See if I can find it.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea it was a remake.
Yeah, the only reason I know is because they're both on Shudder. So
yeah, 81.
What was it? So what else on Shudder is pretty good? There's a lot. Shudder's like great. So there's something I just started watching actually yesterday, and people have been telling me to watch it forever, and I'm really growing an appreciation for it. And that's The Last Drive-In with Joe Bob Briggs.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I appreciate it so much, like the show's great on itself, so for that it's great. But when I go on Twitter, everyone's like talking about the same movie. It's like we're all watching the same movie together, like a bunch of horror fans. And I like that like communal aspect of it. And it's just really cool to see that and to have like something like that, because no other genre has that, where they meet on one night a week and all watch the same movie at the same time and then comment on it. And I think that's really cool. So I think it's doing great stuff for the horror community. So
I mean, I think the Horror Squad Discord is similar. So
I do, but we're not watching the same movie at the same time. And then
yeah, we could though. We could all plan to watch it.
Yeah, and then there's the Creep Show TV show, which is really hit and miss.
The last episode was really good, though. Well, I thought it was really good. I really enjoyed it, and Justin Long's in it. So if you like Justin Long,
and the first episode was really good. So
yeah. First and last were good. All the middle you can skip, unfortunately. But anything, another great one on Shudder is Anything for Jackson. I think it was definitely in Todd's top 10. I don't know if it made Steve's top 10. It was an honorable mention for me. Great movie. So definitely recommend that one too.
Mortuary Collection was my number 2.
Yeah.
That was great. Yeah, yep. That was really good.
That was really good. We saw that today, actually, when we were inside Walmart, and I told Sam we got to watch that because she's never seen it. Mm-hmm.
She'll like that one, especially the frat boy one.
Yeah.
Can we remind everyone how to join the Discord? Donna's asking in the chat.
We're going to have to send you a link because the link expires within 24 hours. So send any of us, or me it'd be easier because I can send it directly, but a private message on social media, so I'm not flipping the nerd on all social media. Or if you have one of the other ones, send to them and I'll send them the link. It's just one of those things.
Can you post it, Steve, in the YouTube chat like right now, and then people would click on it since it's good for 24 hours?
Yeah, I'll do that.
And then anyone in the chat can just click on that link and join. Yeah.
I know Steve did. Did you guys ever watch Yummy on Shudder?
Yummy was great. Yeah. It was. I think it was an honorable mention. It was. It was really good.
What's it about?
Loved the ending.
What country is that? I forget.
It's like Sweden. It's like some kind of
something like in Europe. But no, this girl goes to get some breast reduction, plastic surgery, and these guys have like this weird concoction where it makes people better looking, some shit like that, and then zombies come. So it's pretty cool.
Oh my gosh!
You know my favorite thing about Shudder? Sorry, is Shudder TV. Do you guys ever watch that?
All the time. If I'm cleaning and stuff, I just put it on the background, and sometimes I'll see something and put it on my list because
me too. That's how I found out of the a couple flicks. What was Revenge is on there too. That's a really good one if you haven't watched that.
I love Revenge.
Revenge
so good.
Mm-hmm. Also,
Cannibal Holocaust for Sam.
Oh no! Wait, the edited version?
I don't know if it's the edited version. I doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Can I just skip forward?
No, they'll catch you off guard. There's like 4 or 5 scenes.
If you're into foreign horror, Impetigore is also on Shudder, and it's really great. I talked about it in What Watched a while back, but I definitely recommend that one as well. For a movie called Impedagore, though, there's not a lot of gore in it, but still a good movie.
Ooh, The Headhunter. That was a good one. Touched on that a while back.
Headhunter was, that was really good for like super low budge.
Mm-hmm.
I just put the Discord link in the chat. It's going to go away
Nice.
at some point, but it's there for now. I'll try to figure out how to put it in the actual like notes of the meeting, but
We also have some number one fans of Todd and Joe. Mondo saying, Todd, I love you. Have my babies. Mike is saying, Joe completes me.
Oh.
Work Mike.
Where are my people at? Come on, guys.
Oh, nice. Work Mike. Nice.
Work Mike.
Mikey McAvoy. All right. Thank you.
Ooh, dropping his last name.
It says it right in the chat.
True love. That's true love. Mondo, send me a nip pic. Just one nip.
Ooh.
That's all I need.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, someone said Maniac Cop movies are also on Shudder.
Dude, all three of them are good. All three of them are good. Oh, actually, let me show you my Maniac Cop 2 poster.
Oh, all
Let's
right.
see it.
Right over there. I can't really probably make out the details, but there it is.
Nice.
Yeah, you can see it.
What's that cardboard cutout, Todd?
That's Mikey Trout.
Oh, nice.
There's my little arcade room. You
Oh,
can't really
fun.
see. Yeah.
Cool. I see Reagan and Sam over there too.
Reagan and
Nice.
Sam are chilling.
Very nice.
Wait, can I tell them the story about the horror twins?
Sure.
It's not going to be as funny now because I've had some time to like laugh it off, but
You had to be there
Okay.
type story, but
you had to be there. But so normally Joe and I, and I feel like you guys can relate to this. Whenever you see a fellow horror fan, oh my gosh, it's just always a good conversation. Everyone's nice. It's just a good time, and you move on with your day. So we were pulling into a parking lot, and Joe drives a Jeep, and he has a bunch of horror stickers on his car. And we pull up next to this other Jeep who had a Michael Myers horror sticker on the back of his car where Joe had his. And we were like, oh my God, like, look, we're like twins or whatever. So Joe hurry ups and gets out, and he goes, are you ready? Like, he says it loud so I can answer, but he shuts the door because he doesn't really care. He's just trying to get the two guys' attention. And he comes out of the car. He was like, oh, look, I guess we both have Jeep Liberties with horror stickers. Like, we're twins. And they were like, yeah. And then they just walked away.
Yeah, it was shut.
Dang.
I
Joe
was like,
was so excited.
horror fans are usually so friendly and welcoming and like, usually have
Yeah.
great conversations, but these guys just completely brushed me off and just walked away. It's like,
And
oh,
one
well,
even had a horror shirt on.
I'll just go
Weird.
I'll just go fuck myself. Don't worry about it.
So then, of course, like anytime we walked, they were like right behind us. And I was like,
Yeah.
Joe, let's go. I was like, this is embarrassing. I was like, you're not going to treat my boyfriend like that. And then I said, it's probably maybe one of their girlfriend's car. Maybe she's the real horror fan and they're just a fake fan.
fake horror fans for sure on that one.
Okay, what was the horror shirt though? Let's get deeper into this.
It was
It was like-
a Halloween one, like a vintage Halloween one, kind of with like a jack-o'-lantern on it and a ghost,
Yeah.
maybe.
It was like the ones you see like a Creepy Company put out. Like if
Okay,
anyone
that's
knows,
strange.
like those vintage
Yeah.
Halloween shirts. Yeah.
It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
But then also they were together, so I don't know if they were just friends or if they were partners. And
Maybe
I
they
was
were
like, well,
together.
Joe, maybe they were partners and they thought you were like trying to hit on them.
Well, Joe did lead off with, "Hey, cutie." I get to
He's like rubbing his nipples. He's like, looks like we're twins,
Ooh.
huh?
You weren't supposed to tell him that part.
I kind of had the same thing happen at Spiral, actually.
You
Oh,
did?
oh, really?
Tell us.
Not as demeaning as that, though. But
Aw,
no, like I went by myself because I got to move like all the time by myself.
it's so
I actually
fun.
like it. It's really relaxing.
Mhm.
But like I was walking out and I heard there's like a group of 3 guys, younger guys, and they were talking about like, well, in Saw 7 though, blah blah blah. I'm like, oh shit, and I had a full moon sweater on. So I'm like, watch this, and I went in front of them to maneuver, so they saw the full moon sweater, thinking they'd be like, hey, blah blah, and they say shit, and I was like, okay, but I didn't make any contact. It wasn't as bad as that, but I was like, I was primed, I was
Guys
ready
are
to
so
go.
cute.
So nothing.
Aw. Well, and then, this is a positive. So I had a Jaws shirt on today. And since Joe got denied by those losers, I was walking and there was a little boy who was probably like 4 years
Yeah.
old. He was so little and he was like, Jaws. And I was like, oh my God, you're amazing, little kid. I was like, your parent raised you right. Well, you're still being raised, but they're doing a great job.
He's like, Jaws sucks ass. Like, hey.
Oh my God, I would have punted him. See you
All
later.
about Sharknado, bitch. He walks away. I have a question about your guys' town. Are there people there though that will put on like the face that they're horror fans because they live in Salem, but they're not really? Like, is there a little bit of that?
I'm sure
so.
there is. Yeah. I think so. There's definitely probably like
maybe they were those guys
per se. Maybe, yeah, quite possibly. Yeah. There's more people that like hate Halloween than there are like people who are like,
that's
like
weird.
like posing to be. Yeah. There are people. The people just hate like the traffic because like in October it's like a nightmare.
Like
it's
Halloween
a nightmare.
Means busy and tourist to them.
Yeah. Like you literally can't like leave your house on the weekends in October. Like I remember it was pre-pandemic, like 2 years ago maybe. Sam literally had to go like right down the street to she was helping out a local business because obviously like weekends in October are super busy. And what is usually a 5-minute drive, it was an hour and a half and we hadn't even moved like half a mile. And she ended up just getting out of the car and walking because I was like, wait, you ain't gonna be there for another hour if we
well, I kept trying to get out and Joe's like, wait, we're almost there. I'm like, Joe, we have not moved. Like I could have been working by now. He's like, we're almost there. I'm like, I'm leaving. Bye.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, it's like especially like the downtown.
Town,
yeah, I mean the downtown area where like everyone goes to, it's like literally like one way in, one way out. So it's like everybody's heading in the same. It's like impossible.
I wanted to ask Todd because we answered earlier. Someone had asked, how do we handle people that judge us for like our horror and Halloween stuff? Do you ever feel like you have to hide anything in your collection? And what do your friends and family, anyone that comes over to your house, like for the first time? Does anyone think it's weird?
That's a good question. For me, people that come over, I already know they're going to like it, like especially when you're like in your 30s, it's like, I'm not going to make a friend with someone that's not going to, we don't like the same shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So as far as people that I know, no, it's not weird. When selling a house, the like realtors, like you need to put this, and this away. So like I had to put like Reagan away, just like more of the extreme shit, like Chucky dolls and stuff like that. But as far as for the kids, because I have 2 younger kids, their friends really like it. They think it's like a cool, forbidden / creepy, kind of cool area to run around in. So they probably had to go seek and they'll put Reagan on and run away, stuff like that.
Aww.
But they probably go home and tell their parents weird shit because it's kind of hard to explain. Like he has this demon toy thing. I kind of wonder what they think, but they keep coming over, so I guess they're not banned.
They're like, there's a girl with a nightgown with vomit stuck in his basement.
There's a piss stain underneath.
That's so cool, Todd, because like, say if I was one of your kids' friends, like growing up, I'd be like, oh my God, I had this friend and her dad was so obsessed with horror. Like he had all this cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they're going to remember that too. Like not just your kids, but the friends.
Probably. Yeah. But it's either like, it's 50-50. If I have like a contractor come over, they either like go out of their way not to acknowledge it. Like they'll like be standing by the Sam figure and like not even look at it, which is super weird.
Mm-hmm.
Or they'll go like, oh, dude, like cool. Like what's this and shit like that. But the ones that are the weirdest ones are the ones that like, don't even like, they pretend it's not there. Cause it's, I don't know. People think it's like, you invite the devil in or something, which is not what it is. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But some people think that, so nothing bad though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you say that about moving. I have to do the same thing. I have to like friggin' de-life my house. It's just like
hide your fucking coffin.
It didn't even feel like my house anymore by the time I like cleaned it out to have people visit it and stuff. It just like it was depressing. It helped me like get over the fact that I was moving, but it was just like damn.
I always sell a bunch of stuff too when I'm moving because I'm like, I don't need this. I don't want to move this.
I need to keep moving just to get rid of shit because every time I move, I realize like, stop it. Why am I holding on to this? Like I never look at this or care about this. And some stuff has been in boxes since I moved out of my parents' house in the 90s. Like it's just I keep moving it around and never putting it up. So why am I holding on to it? So it's time.
Yeah, I have those same boxes still packed from when I moved from California. So it's like I should just take the box and throw in the trash, but I don't, because I need that VHS tape.
Right.
Or whatever's there.
Yeah, like I still have like my all the phone numbers I got in college, like for some reason. I don't know why I carry it. I don't know why I still have it. I should just get rid of it. Stuff like that it's time to get rid of it.
I like how Steve always has to throw in that one time.
No, it's not that kind
I was banging
it wasn't girls with phone numbers.
10 out.
It was like friends.
A little black
behind
book.
the Dairy Queen.
Not at all.
Sam, I don't know if you know about this. So Horrorbuff97 said, talking about Halloween, have you all heard about the Halloween Preservation Society? It's pretty dope. I'm part of it, and they're planning a convention this November in Texas.
Yes, I discovered them maybe like a month or so ago. I was curious to who runs it, and then I did see that they're planning a convention.
Halloween movies
really cool.
Or season?
No, season.
Okay. What part of Texas will it be in? Do you know?
I don't remember. Let us know, Horror Buff.
Because I will be in Dallas in June. So if it's around June, maybe I'll stop by.
How does one join the Halloween?
Oh, it's in November, Todd.
Do you just like pay to get in? Is that like how one joins this preservation society?
You have to send in your blood.
Oh, it's secret society. All right.
You got to sacrifice a lamb.
Ooh, as long as it's not a goat.
Are you guys part of any like groups like that?
Secret cults?
Yeah, Joe's House of Horror.
Yeah, there we go. Yes. What have you all done for me?
One of the gatekeepers of that damn cult. So
yeah,
I reject people on the daily.
I keep reporting Joe online, so he gets banned for 2 days.
Yeah.
I know.
That's you, Todd?
That's me. Yeah.
And start holding the damn door. It's crazy, like how many fake
bots?
Accounts,
and
bots try to get into the accounts. It's like sometimes I'll do it right before bed. And then I'll wake up and there's like 40 requests to get into the group.
It's all fake. Yep. Like legit. Like I think if like we just allowed all these bots in, like I think there'd be like over 100,000 people in that group. It'd be like all bots.
Yeah. It's like 50 to 100 a day.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Easily.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Luckily we that's why we started doing like a what's your favorite horror movie? And I love the responses, right away it's a bot. It's like I'm from America.
I will seriously
or something.
abide.
Yeah, I will abide. Yeah.
My favorite one that Joe's read to me is for the what's your favorite horror movie? Someone was like, I'm too high to answer this question. Help me.
Yeah. I did approve her.
You're in.
I was like, oh, that is so cute. I'm too high right now. Help me.
Even if that was a bot, like, hey, like good move.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you just gotta go.
Right.
Yeah.
Touche on that one, bot.
Yeah, bots confuse me because they never have the correct spelling ever. It's so weird. Like you'd think if you want to get into shady activity, at least check your spelling and maybe you'll catch more people. It's the same thing with any scam or it's so weird to me. Like just that little detail would probably get you so many more successful scams.
Yeah.
Sam and Joe, did you ever discuss what you ate at the movie theater?
Oh no, we didn't.
Did you get some nachos? Tell me what's up.
So we got the best combo. Joe got the popcorn. I got the nachos. And then I take a few chips and cheese, throw it in his popcorn bucket, and then I take some popcorn and throw it in my nacho tray.
It was very nice.
It was good.
No drinks?
I wish.
Diet Coke.
Diet Coke, okay.
What did you have?
Joe or me?
You.
Did you guys share a diet? I'm not done with you yet. Did you share a diet?
Oh,
Coke?
yeah, we shared it. Yeah.
It's like, I want to know.
We got the jumbo size.
Okay.
And we shared it.
And we saw the movie. We saw the movie in the IMAX theater. My ears were crackling. I was like, ugh.
It wasn't nearly as loud as Kong Godzilla, though.
Not
But
as
Kong
loud as
Godzilla,
Kong,
I
but-
felt like my eardrums were going to explode at times. Like, I didn't feel like that at all during saw, and there's a Spiral there, and there's no need to see it in IMAX like at all. But
well, that's all that it had.
Right. It was cool, but yeah.
So we want to hear about your snack.
Yes.
Well, as you know, I enjoy smuggling things in the movie theater.
You
so
got
to.
Here's what I had. I had a Chick-fil-A sandwich down the front of my pants, literally.
All right, Todd.
In between the belt and the boxers and things.
Nice.
I had 2 12-ounce soda cans, Mountain Dew and a Dr. Pepper. And then I actually went and bought a nacho from the place, so I didn't feel 100% bad, jalapenos, cheese, and I did have a fiery butthole the next day from those jalapenos.
Oh no!
And yeah, that was my snacks. Oh, and that was it. So it was good.
I feel like if you just walked in with like Chick-fil-A, they wouldn't even give a fuck. Like
Probably
anyone.
not.
Like,
there might you run the risk of that one super employee that's like, "Excuse me, sir, you have those."
Yeah. When we went, there was like a big like sign that said like, if you're here to see Spiral, you have to be 17 or older, and we won't let you in. It was cool. It was the first time I'd ever seen that in years.
Once I saw the sign though, I was like, oh, it's probably gonna be like kind of gory because they never put those signs for any horror movie that we've seen.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember the last horror movie you snuck into before like you turned of legal age?
I remember trying to sneak into TCM in 03 and didn't succeed. So
same. I tried to sneak. The last one I remember is Jason X. I tried to sneak into Jason X, and they completely turned us down. So we went into what's that one with
Shrek 2?
No, the Mummy spinoff with the Rock there.
Scorpion King.
Oh,
Scorpion King. Yeah,
I also saw that in the theater.
Yeah, we went to Scorpion King instead, and then the next day my mom took us to Jason X.
Nice.
And we were the only ones in the theater besides 2 other men who just went solo.
Nice.
Yeah. So, but we were like, man, like that movie was a trip, like to see in theaters. I remember.
Scorpion King.
Well, I mean that too, I suppose, but.
The last one I tried to sneak into was Con Air, actually. So I went to see Batman and Robin with my baseball team, and then we tried to go into Con Air after. But we're a group of like fucking 15 guys, so we got caught. They got kicked out. So yeah, we didn't get to see Con Air, unfortunately.
I think the last movie I actually succeeded sneaking into was Team America: World Police, and it was totally worth it because that movie is awesome.
I think I got into Dawn of the Dead. I might have been
nice.
It might have been legal. I think it was. Is it 17 and up for rated R?
17, yeah.
Okay, then that was legal then because I was 17. So don't remember.
17, but I think you have to be like. I think you have to be 18 or 21 to bring in a minor. Because I remember
21, according to that thing you showed me.
Yeah, because I remember I tried to bring like my brother in, like, because he was underage and they wouldn't let me bring him because they're like, you have to be like 21 and up. I'm like, what kind of bullshit is that?
That always amazes me that you guys is 21 because here it's 18. So it's like, it's weird to me that, when I went to the US for spring break in Daytona, I remember that like I was 18 and I couldn't drink, and it was weird to me. Like, what do you mean I can't drink? Fuck off! Like, I'm 18, But no, I'd have to. You were allowed to go to bars, though. Yeah, I did. And they're like, "What the fuck is this? Why is it so colorful?" Because we have color money and color everything.
It smells like syrup,
right? And yeah, but they still let you into clubs and stuff. But they put that like bracelet of shame on you, and you can't do anything. It's oh man, terrible. So actually, Joe, talking about America, what is it?
Team America?
Team America. Yeah. What horror franchise would you like to see a movie done in that way?
Oh boy, that would be fun no matter what. Honestly, Kuso.
Oh my god.
No, I'm just kidding. That would be interesting though. I gotta go Blair Witch Project. Just like, because it's like one of my favorite movies, and that with puppets would be great. Although they do have the Blair Thumb, and if you've never seen the Blair Thumb, I highly recommend it.
What about you
For
guys?
those who don't know what the Blair thumb is, it's literally thumbs with like
Didn't
faces.
they do like Thumb Star Wars
Oh,
too?
that's
And
fun.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they have them all.
So a horror movie done with puppets.
With puppets, yeah.
Little puppets. I'd like to see some nun puppets. That'd be cool. Little conjuring nuns run around.
That would be cool.
That'd be cute. I'm gonna pick Candyman. There can be like little puppet bees floating around.
Nice. And I go to Nightmare on Elm Street, just having a dream world and stuff like that. I think that'd be a fun one. And speaking of Nightmare on Elm Street, and I'm curious what the chat thinks about this as well. I sent it to you guys. So it seems that they're gearing up to reboot or at least make a sequel to Nightmare on Elm Street, not featuring Robert Englund as Freddy. And there's a debate as to who should play Freddy if they go that route. And Robert Englund himself says, why replace Freddy with one person? Why can't it be a different person for every person? Because every person's nightmare is different. So every person's interpretation of what that character is could be different, which I thought was a really interesting take. In Marvel Comics, they do something similar where Galactus appears differently to each race in the Marvel Universe, depending on what... So he basically forms himself into what he believes that planet would recognize as a god, which is why he's purple, which is apparently a royalty color. He's got the kind of Viking helmet, and he does like all this stuff that's like a combination of all the rulers of Earth. So to see a Freddy version, like what scares you the most, I think would solve the issue, because it wouldn't be like on one person's shoulders to do something that's almost impossible, and that's recreate such an iconic character. So I was curious what you guys thought.
Kind of like a shapeshifter Freddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's an interesting idea. I don't know how well like the execution would be with that. Like, I feel like you just need that main character to kind of grasp onto.
Need that voice. That's my biggest part is the voice.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like with, damn it, I can't talk about Spiral, huh? Yeah.
I agree. I feel like one person. Otherwise, just to me personally, I feel like it would be, say, if you're watching a superhero movie, if there's more than one villain, it gets a little too jumbled, and you just kind of lose interest instead of having the main villain, I guess, in my opinion.
Except Spider-Man 3, because that's a masterpiece. But
Price.
other than that, I know I kind of like the idea though of Freddy with multiple people.
I mean, he's done it, right? Like in some of the movies, like he was like that hot nurse at one point,
and a witch.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
He has like shapeshifted like before.
No,
go ahead.
No, I was asking a question because I couldn't remember, but
yeah, I mean, he's done that. Like, I mean, but yeah, I think like you got to go back to like a main like image or a name, like a main character, rather than like having someone different every time. I just don't think it would work.
Yeah. See, I'm under the impression that they shouldn't do a Freddy, and they should do Robert Englund like becoming so weak that he can't go on, so he's looking for his replacement, and have someone new hunting people's nightmares.
That's cool.
I think that's the way they should go, because honestly, I don't think they can replace Freddy.
Right.
I feel like that for a lot of movies. Like, I feel the same way about Indiana Jones. Like, don't make Indiana Jones once Harrison Ford is done. I think he's Indiana Jones, and that's the way it is. Like, just stop. You know?
Yeah, I agree.
And I think Freddy should be the same thing. Like, and if he does the transition, then people will accept it more than if they just try to replace him without him being involved. So
right, yeah. The fan base will never accept it. Like the majority of fans will just never accept anyone else with that character. I mean, unless maybe like when Robert Englund passes away, and then obviously he can't come back, maybe people will like be more receptive and open to another actor playing him. But you know, in the meantime, if it's not Robert, I mean, but you know, Robert doesn't want to come back. The guy's like in his 70s, like he can't do another Elm Street movie. So, we got to figure something else out, because I would hate to see the Elm Street franchise die. Like I think there's still like a lot of good ideas out there for that franchise, and I'd love to see it continue on. And I mean, we reviewed the remake, and it was actually not that bad as like most people remember. Maybe, like, I mean, it's not great either, but it's not.
It was bad.
It's not the worst.
It's not that bad. I think we
all
all enjoyed it to a certain extent, right? Or Steve, did you still hate it?
I hated the movie. I liked his portrayal. Like, it wasn't Freddy that was the issue. It was the story that was the issue to me.
Yeah. See, I thought the story was okay. I hated more Jack Earl Haley's portrayal.
I think we all wanted
Freddy.
I think we all wanted Freddy to be a victim, though. Remember?
Innocent. That would have been great.
It was going that route. And
that would have, yeah.
That would have been cool. Yeah.
That would have been a great twist to the story. But nope.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sorry, I missed in the chat who said it. But one thing I do want is them to go back to it being a horror and like scary. Sure. I don't think they should go back to being goofy. I think they should really try to make it scary again. You can have a little bit of goofiness if you need to, but I'd like to see it going back to its horror roots, like the first one. Yeah,
I mean, they tried it in the remake, and
they tried. Tried.
It was tried. I mean, they tried. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I really thought Jack Earl Haley was gonna be a great. I think they just botched the makeup, or the CGI makeup, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I mean, it just like it just didn't work.
Oh man, I was just thinking when I would send you guys the little kitten with the Freddy hat on.
That's funny. I was just thinking about Joe's rejection from those two guys.
Sam laughed
I was dying. I just kept laughing all day. I was chuckling all day, so loud.
I wonder if they're probably still talking about it. Remember that fucking guy?
Remember that nerd?
Joe if he said, had, "Shut up, nerd"? On his... Aw, I would have been like, "Excuse you, nerd. We're the horror squad."
It's almost as bad when you hold the door open for someone and they don't say thanks. They just walk by you.
I hate that, Todd. I always go, "You're welcome."
Yeah, you gotta give him some sass. You gotta throw it at him.
Yeah, a couple people are saying so. There's a little debate in our chat. Was Freddy just a child murderer, or was also a child molester? In the original, they never mentioned him to be a molester.
Right.
So I always took it as him only being a murderer. Not that that's good, but I don't know, because I think if they had explicitly said that he was that as well, I don't know if I'd like Freddy as much, which is kind of bad to say because he's still killing children, but I don't know.
Right. So from what I remember anyway, like I don't know how deep it went like later in the sequels, but in like the original movie, he was just a child murderer. He was not a child molester. And it specifically was said that because he was originally supposed to be a child molester, and it was in the script, and they pulled it because there was like a rash of like child murders going on, and he was like a molester as well, and they thought it was just too similar and would have like triggered people, so they took out the molestation part. So yeah,
I'm glad they did.
Yeah, you don't really need to go. You don't need the extra step.
He's already killing children. That's enough.
Right. I mean, and obviously he becomes a molester in the remake, like that they went full fledged, pedophile.
Unfortunately,
which I mean, I thought it was like an interesting like thing, because like obviously like they went to her like childhood trauma and like that they all forgot it and stuff. So like I thought like it was an interesting like story, like that they like did a way to like make of why they forgot it and stuff like that. But
but they're also trying to paint him as the villain, whereas in the other ones they're trying to paint him almost as like an anti-hero, right? So.
Right. No, yeah, exactly. No, yeah, he would not be I don't think the fan favorite he is, England's character anyway, if he was a molester as well. So yeah, I'm glad they didn't go that route.
Yeah.
I definitely wouldn't be getting a tattoo of Freddy if that was the case.
A couple questions we got. One, what evil bong am I on? So fun fact, I skipped one by accident. When I watched, I know. When I watched Evil Bong 420, Ginger Dead Man was all of a sudden in it.
Oh, I love that one.
And I'm like, wait, like, how did this happen? So it turns out that between Evil Bong 3 and Evil Bong 420, there's Ginger Dead Man versus Evil Bong. So I'm going to go back, watch that one, and then continue with Evil Bong 5. So that's where I'm at with that. You like Ginger Dead Man, Sam?
Yes. It's so funny.
Gary
it's
Busey?
Really cheesy, but does your wife watch Evil Bong with you?
No, fuck no. My wife does not like indie horror whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
She only likes mainstream horror. So Evil Bong, that's way too low for her.
Yeah.
To watch. So I actually watch those.
I'll be in the other room.
Yeah, exactly. No, definitely not her thing. And Mondo wants to know which one of us owns horror underwear.
I wish I did, but I don't. Like, I haven't had the opportunity. I haven't. If I found them out and about, I would totally buy a pair.
Yeah, I don't either.
I
I'm
mean,
guessing Sam and Steve both do, though.
Unless you count like underwear with like holes in Hershey squirts on them or something. I mean, then it's
some skid marks.
Heck. God.
No, I don't. I've never seen any, honestly.
They probably got some on like Etsy or something.
Yeah, I'm sure they do, but I never like hunted it. You know,
yeah. It's not like
I know they have some at Hot Topic.
I can picture you having like Halloween season themed one, Sam.
I don't have Halloween ones. I have horror ones. Like I have the Shining ones, but they're a little too small right now, so we're not gonna talk about that.
I know there is a company that sells like the horror underwear, because there's one that made me laugh. It's Ghostbusters themed, and it says "busting makes me feel good," like on the front of the underwear.
No, they got quite a bit on Etsy.
Yeah,
that's fun.
Don't ew. This one
I want to see.
Says, "Don't just stare at it, eat it."
That's awesome.
Gore horror on the vagina. That's nice.
Yeah, I know for the women, they have a lot of horror themed period panties. I've seen those. Yeah.
Ooh,
that is a thing.
Here's some Shining carpet themed boxer briefs.
Oh,
that might be cool.
Okay. Yeah.
Never mind, those are women underwear. So.
Hey, you know, I'm not gonna judge if you wear them, Todd.
Well, I'll model them for you.
Thank you. Get a little Buffalo Bill going on.
With the chat here.
Cody, I was wondering if it was the period panties Joe was talking about.
Ew, this one's gross.
What is, Todd?
I'll chat it.
Yeah, Weezerface is saying that she has a Cricut machine, so all her clothes and underwear are for Halloween. My wife also does a Cricut machine, and she does like freaking everything. Like, it's crazy. We're right now we're putting I have like a giant like shed to put my stuff in the backyard that was already here when I bought the house, and we're putting all the tools like hung up on the wall. And we're putting, like, she's going to Cricut a sign that says, in case of zombies, and then in much smaller, or gardening. So it's just fun what you can do with a Cricut machine. Yeah, it's crazy what the stuff that she does with it. I don't have the patience for it. It's really complicated. So
don't tell me that.
I don't know. Sam was telling me it was easy.
Well, that's what someone told me.
It depends what you're doing. Yeah. Well, once you learn, it's intimidating, I should say, rather than it's
That's
hard.
why I haven't gotten one yet.
Yeah, well, my wife could teach you when you go there.
I would love that.
Yeah, she's a huge fan. So yeah, you can horrify anything because you can really do anything with the Cricut machine. You know, it's up to your own imagination and stuff like that. So that's cool.
Nice.
Let's see what else we got here. Oh, I had other questions in my.
I was like, Steve, weren't you gonna ask us?
Yeah, Steve.
Yeah, I know. I have to go.
No pressure.
No pressure.
No pressure, Steve.
Oh, yeah. So we got a comment. I don't know. Someone sent it, I think, to Joe or maybe our official page, that we don't post our what watches anymore. So we're gonna start putting him in the Discord on Sundays. So I'm gonna post him in our as discussed in the podcast. And so I'm gonna put everyone's what watched, where we watched it, and our score out of 10. Just so that there's at least some kind of record if you're because I used to do the same. I used to listen to the podcast in the car, so I can't exactly stop and jot down, whatever what watch is and then do it. So that's where it's going to be going forward. So I thought that was a great idea. What else we got?
Hey, do you guys want to play Would You Rather?
Oh.
Sure.
Or
I'm gonna grab a little whiskey real quick, guys.
Oh,
now we're getting into it.
Now it's a party.
and I want the chat to join in too. I want to know.
The chat will join in, and we can read the chat too.
The chat's been going great.
I found one, so I'm gonna take a puff of my inhaler because I was laughing too much when Joe got clowned on by those guys.
Oh my god!
And I'm also gonna refill my drink. So BRB.
Awesome. So a comment in the chat from Weezerface, I do want to address. She's saying how she's having trouble finding horror friends, or she's in Rhode Island. I feel the same way. Man, my city sucks. There's no horror fans here, as far as I can tell, anywhere. And I've looked. There's nobody. So I totally feel you. And that's why we have stuff like the Discord, and that's why I love being on the Discord so much, because we could just have kind of discussions and chats. So I feel like I have friends to talk to about horror all the time. So. Yeah, I get it. I totally get it. And Mondo's saying I'm the editing master. Yeah, it's kind of giving me anxiety that I can't edit right now, to be honest with you.
So no farting.
Yeah, no farting, no burping, no.
I usually mute myself when I fart.
Sometimes you forget to mute yourself. I'm not you, but specifically, but sometimes you yeah. Sometimes I think I'm on mute, but I'm not. I check. I'm like, oh shit. Okay.
It's hard when you're sick and you got a cough and you try to time it.
Oh my God. There's a podcast maybe 3 or 4 episodes ago where I was deathly sick and trying to hide it. And I managed pretty well on the Horror Squad podcast, but it was starting to show. And I think Todd's the one who caught me on the Let's XP Gaming podcast. I just couldn't
because you're the game's really good.
Because when you're sick, it's hard to do the show, and doing 2 podcasts back to back, I was losing my voice by the end of the second one. So yeah, it was tough.
Speaking of sick, did you get vaccinated yet, Steve, or is that still on the horizon?
I got my first one.
That's right.
I'm just waiting for my second.
Nice.
Yeah, I
Pittsburgh
can't wait.
Time.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna go to Pittsburgh. I can't wait, man. Just to see all this.
It's gonna be fun.
Can we come
locations. Too? No.
Yeah.
Only if you find me a soda pop or something.
Okay.
And I'm planning a trip. Oh, I don't even know if I told Joe this. So
Pittsburgh.
I'm planning to go to Salem in October. I told Sam, so that nice. Yeah. So
I was the one that told Sam. I was
traffic.
Like, Steve's gonna come.
Yeah, well, she invited me.
Yeah, no, I know. I told her. I was like, we should tell Steve to come, and so she messaged you.
Yeah, so I talked to my wife. So we're gonna we made a longer weekend, and we're gonna stop by Salem and also go to Maine for the Bangor Comic-Con. So if anyone's in the Maine area,
you'll be able to meet Damien.
Yeah, I'll finally meet Damien. So that's gonna be awesome. Not a whole lot of horror representation, unfortunately. But it's an excuse to go to Bangor and check Stephen King stuff.
There's gonna be a lot of bronies there, Steve.
Oh God, bronies.
I went to one non-horror con in my life, and I was like, no offense to anybody who likes this stuff, it's your thing, whatever, but there was a lot of men wearing pony costumes walking around. So
I've witnessed that myself at cons. It's
I was like,
weird.
oh boy.
Whatever floats your boat.
There's a comment from the Strange Show that says Steve let it go. What am I letting go of exactly? I must have missed something.
I don't know. Yeah.
Actually, matter of respect to the Strange Show, I met them at Rock and Shock 2 years ago.
Yes.
And I still have their magnet on my fridge. So.
Nice.
Maybe it was the coughing he meant.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. I probably shouldn't have been on that podcast, to be honest with you. But I forget what movie we were talking about, but I really wanted to discuss it. So I'm like, fuck it. I'll get in on it.
Did you guys see that the Day of the Dead show is going to be coming out next year on Sci-Fi? The Day of the Dead TV series. Yeah. It's like officially a go.
I don't know. Did you guys ever see that the last one they did, like 2019?
No.
Oh,
No.
man,
I heard it was terrible.
Oh my god! If it's anything like that, then you can count me out. Especially sci-fi.
Did you see Sam showed me these? Super 7 made Universal Monster like sneakers.
Oh, I didn't see that.
They're pretty cool. Well, I don't know. Like, I guess it depends on your style, but they have Frankenstein, Creature from the Black Lagoon, The Mummy, and Bride of Frankenstein. I'll send you guys a screenshot of them.
They like Converse or something?
I don't know. Sam, what would you describe those shoes as? The Universal Monster ones you showed me? I don't think she hears me. Sam, are you back?
Across the room.
Sam! Sam!
Hang on, I can't hear you guys.
She's still getting in. Well, I sent you guys a picture of them. I'm sure if anyone wants to see them, bloody disgusting, put the article up. Like
I didn't put it on the Discord.
Oh, okay.
Also, I just out of curiosity, I saw this in the chat. Your geeky neighbor is talking about playing a lot of horror VR games. What are you playing? I'm always interested to talk about horror VR because I fucking love it.
VR and horror is amazing, dude.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
It's funny. So my niece really wants to get into horror. She's 9 years old, and every time I see her, she's like, "You know what? I'm ready now." Like every time she tells me she's ready. So
and then you
the last
get
time
the Cannibal Holocaust out.
No. So the last time she came over, which is a little while ago, unfortunately, because of the restrictions, but last time she came over, I'm like, okay, if you can last 10 minutes playing a VR horror game, then I'll let you watch anything you want. She's like, of course, no problem. So I put in Rush of Blood, and she made it 2 minutes and 29 seconds. She didn't get past the menu. So not quite there yet, but I'm hoping one day she'll be a big horror fan.
Yeah, that's kind of different though, right? You're like inside of it.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. Like my wife can't even do it, and she's a horror fan, right? Mm-hmm. But I figure if she can last 10 minutes in a horror VR game, then she's ready.
You should check on PSVR if they have The Exorcist. I think it's called Legion.
They do.
Did they?
They do, yeah.
Okay, so I got that for the Quest. I mean, with any VR, it's kind of iffy sometimes, but it's got some good scares in it for sure. I really want to get that one game where, what's it called? Where you're like going in a house trying to figure out what kind of ghost it is, doing experiments. I forget what that's called. Maybe Joseph knows, but that one looks freaking scary.
Cool. So Sam, you got some would you rathers?
Okay, I do. Let me know if I'm echoey because I had to put my AirPods up.
You sound fine.
All right. Are you ready?
Yes.
Someone look at the chat since I'm on this window on my phone.
Okay.
I just found these really quick, so if they're lame, my apologies. Okay. Would you rather play with the cursed Ouija board or spend a weekend in a haunted cabin in the woods?
Cabin every time. Wait, is the cabin's haunted too?
I assume.
Oh man,
gotta be.
Well, that's like there's no winning.
Either a cursed Ouija board or stay at a haunted cabin in the woods.
I would pick the haunted cabin in the woods because I feel like you can at least get away. But if you play with a cursed Ouija board, I feel like that shit's gonna follow you around.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, I'm cabin. It's a vacation. Like I don't want to stay at home and play a fucking Ouija board. Like how boring is that?
Okay, the next one is you wake up and see a clown hovering over your bed.
Oh.
Would you rather see Pennywise or Twisty?
Pennywise. Twisty's gross. It's
Twisty's the one from American Horror Story.
Are we picking the Pennywise?
Original? Yeah, I was gonna say original or remake Pennywise.
They have remake on the photo, so
remake. Okay, he's scarier.
Twisty's just gross. So.
Is Twisty supernatural at all?
Twisty?
No, he's just a killer.
So.
He's just a murderer.
Let's go Twisty then, because you can kill him.
That's what I was gonna say because you can get away from him easier.
Yeah. Is he like the Ghostbusters ghost? Like, is that what we're talking about here? Hovering above the bed.
He's giving you a BJ.
Yeah. then it has to be Pennywise because Twisty. Well, I don't know. Pennywise has all those teeth, but Twisty doesn't have the body. Doesn't have his jaw. Interesting conundrum. Teeth or no jaw?
So most of the people so far have said they rather stay at the cabin, and then everyone said Pennywise.
All right.
Ryan said Pennywise because he's my homie.
Okay.
All right, next question. Would you rather be forced to eat a bowl of raw worms or have live spiders dumped on your naked body?
Oh.
What does Stooge say? Bowl of fuck?
I would eat the worms.
Spiders or
I'd
worms?
take the worms. Worms aren't that bad.
Eat worms or have spiders on your nude body?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. The spiders crawl up your butthole or something.
Lay eggs.
Crawl up your pee hole.
Yeah. All of a sudden you go pee and you get baby spiders crawling out.
Yeah, let's eat worms.
I'd go spiders. I mean, unless they tell me they're deadly. If it's just regular spiders, then it's fine. Eating's gross. Like I told you, I have a thing with like.
What if they're spiders with all of the babies on their backs?
Are they deadly?
No.
You don't know that, Steve.
You don't know, Steve. Yeah.
Well, I would know because the species of spiders, but.
You know what, Mr. Technical? They're brown recluses. There you go.
Okay, then I'd pick the worms because brown recluses. Yeah. Did I ever tell you guys I got bit by a spider as a kid?
No.
I have a scar on my forehead because of that.
Oh shit!
Oh my gosh! Like, did it get infected to where they had to scoop out the infection?
Yeah, I got bit by it's probably a recluse. So it's
Spiders?
I've had that scar since I'm 9.
They're scary.
That's funny, Steve. I told you guys Todd got bit on the spider by an ass on the ass.
That's right.
That's right.
It was a contest.
I don't remember that. Did you have an infection?
Chuck won that. I did. I was around the same age as Steve, 9 or 10, and I got bit on the butt cheek, and I didn't tell my parents, and started like oozing black liquid. And that's when I decided to tell them, and I had to go to surgery and everything, and get scooped out, cut open, and all that crap. I still have a scar on it. So
my first surgery was the spider surgery.
It's weird.
And my mom didn't tell me. She betrayed me. She woke me up one morning thinking I'm going to school, and she drove me to the hospital. She's like, "Oh, by the way, you're having surgery today."
That is so traumatic.
Well, in a way it was, but it wasn't because then I didn't have the anxiety of the anticipation. Right? I was so like tired, and I didn't really understand what was going on and stuff. So
she get you a Happy Meal afterwards.
Actually, she brought me to McDonald's afterwards.
Nice. That makes every kid feel better.
No, not a Happy Meal because I never liked the Happy Meals for some reason. I thought it was just the nuggets and fries.
That's why you didn't like them, because you got the nuggets.
Yeah, go burger.
All right, next question. Most of the folks said spiders.
All right.
You guys are brave. Okay.
So you're worms, Sam?
I'm going to do worms, yeah.
All right. I remember I read a book in elementary school called How to Eat Fried Worms.
Oh.
That's a great book.
Had you read it too? Yeah. And then we had to do a report. Then we had to do like a book report, and we had to create our own recipe on fried worms. Like, so we had to stand in front of the class, and like I created my own like fried worm recipe. I have it on tape. Like my dad recorded it. I have to find. Maybe I can find it.
That's fun.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me, in middle school we had to come up with a cereal. We had to make the cereal, like brand it and stuff, and then we had to make a commercial. And me and my friend Jessica, we did, our cereal was called the Aliens, and this like caused me trauma for so long. And she had the tape, and I wish she still had it because she would always watch it and laugh her ass off at me. But I had like the end line, and I was like, "They'll make you feel like you've been abducted." And I couldn't say abducted. And so you could see all the times I was trying to say abducted. And I was like, they'll make you feel abducted. They'll make you feel abducted. They'll make you feel, and some kid who I hated in my class, he yells, "Abducted." And I was like, that. Okay.
Well, fun fact, they actually made it into a movie in 2006, apparently. How to Eat Fried Worms. There you go.
Well, you might have to watch that, and then you can talk about it on What Watched.
Okay.
Okay, next one. Would you rather be trapped in a house with a murderer, but you can't hear anything, or trapped in a house with a murderer, but you can't see anything?
Oh, here for sure.
Here.
Yeah.
Just stand in a corner, you're good.
Right, exactly. That's video game strategy right there. I do that all the time. They can't get me from behind if I'm in the corner.
Like Hush, man. Hush is a great movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. You suspect that you're being stalked by an evil demon. How do you get rid of it? Go to a witch. Hold on. Why does this sound different? Okay. Would you rather go to a witch and perform a ceremony to expel the demon? Go to a church to talk to a priest and stock up on holy water? Or get on a flight and hope the demon can't find you in Siberia?
What the fuck?
It's very specific.
That is, yeah.
Siberia.
I mean, you gotta go with the witch.
That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
I want the free trip to Siberia.
There you go.
The demon's gonna find you though, Steve.
It's like Rocky IV. Like, I don't know. Like,
I feel like it'd be hard to find a priest that would have the knowledge to expel something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like horror movies make it seem like every priest is like, oh, what, you got a demon? We know how to handle that. I feel like that's a strangely specific skill that someone would have. So
yeah.
Let's go with the random witch that would probably curse you or make you do stuff for her.
All right. Would you rather be violently hunted in The Purge or wake up to find out that there has been a zombie apocalypse, but you survived?
Read that second one again?
Yeah. Would you rather be violently hunted in The Purge or wake up to find that there has been a zombie apocalypse, but you survived?
Oh, zombie apocalypse, 100%.
You're fucked either way, kind of.
Purge is just one night, though.
It is, yeah. You could probably,
Unless
you
it's
could
the
try
new
to,
one.
yeah. You
But
could
you're
try
being
to survive.
hunted, so it's going to be.
You're being hunted by crazy, psychotic people.
Yeah, but I'd rather that than like just the world completely like being in like disarray and apocalypse. Like I would honestly, I would not want to live in like the Walking Dead time. Like I would kill myself.
Really?
It's what's the quality of life do you have at that point?
No,
Like,
no work. No,
Can't go to Burger King, yeah, but
it sucks though.
But you don't have to work, and you can just like
You
make.
do have to work. You have
what
to.
you have.
To work. You have to live. You have to survive. You have to like
different,
find
though.
You have to find your food
That's
supply.
fine
You have
because
to.
you're working hard for yourself and your family, not for like someone else.
Fuck that. I'm killing myself. No internet. See you later.
Okay, well, if we ever run into
video
zombie
games.
apocalypse, I'm going over to Steve or Todd's house.
Probably Todd's house. It seems safer.
Go ahead. So I'll be like, oh my god, Joe, there's zombies outside, and I'll just be like,
boom. I didn't even know he had a gun.
And we're gonna make a pact. If there's a zombie apocalypse, we'll both meet at Todd's house and we'll stay there.
I got some guns for you guys.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know, man. I think the Purge is the least scary option. So let's go zombies. That'd be the most fun option.
I don't know. Because I feel like in the zombies, like we get to hunt the zombies. Even though they're hunting, they would hunt us too sometimes, but it's not like an actual psychotic evil person.
Unless it's the Whisperers, then you're...
No.
Have you gotten that far?
No, not yet.
Oh, you're close. You were right
Close.
there. You were on the like cusp of the Whisperers, and that's the best part of the show.
I can't wait. Alrighty, next question. Would you rather be in The Nun, Hereditary, or Slender Man?
The Nun, she's hot.
I mean, what's so bad about her? What's like really bad about Hereditary? Like,
she's on the ceiling stalking you,
cutting off her own head.
Naked, random old people in the like.
That's the scariest part when the naked.
Yeah.
What are you scared of, Steve? What's going on in the background there? Why are you moving your camera? Okay, I don't know. You said you're muted, but I'm assuming you're safe.
I think so.
Oh, my wife.
Last time we saw that fucking demon, it scared me for like 2 days.
Yeah, good times.
I'm going Hereditary.
You think? I feel like that's... Yeah, I think Hereditary, because Slender Man, I mean, you're going to be dead. And then The Nun, are you joking?
Exactly.
I'm going to go Hereditary, too.
Let's go Slender Man, because that movie was terrible. I think we'll be all right.
You'll be able to survive.
Yeah. Just stay away from teenagers. You're done. You're good.
Most people said zombies, so
nice.
Oh. What do they know?
What do you guys think about that Purge trailer?
Did we see a Purge trailer?
We didn't. I didn't watch it. Yeah, we didn't watch it.
It wasn't with Spiral for you guys?
No.
It was with Spiral. Actually, what trailers did you guys? I haven't been in the movies in so fucking long. Like, I want to live vicariously through you guys. What trailers did you watch during Spiral?
We definitely got The Conjuring.
Conjuring.
Did not see The Conjuring.
Furious.
We got The Conjuring.
I didn't get that one either.
Fast and the Furious, and then we got two Ryan Reynolds movies.
Which I didn't see. I got a different lineup then, I guess, from you guys.
We got another horror movie too, though, Sam. We got some other horror movie that was coming out. I can't remember.
Conjuring?
Right now.
That's all I remember.
No, there was another one too. I can't remember right now though.
What'd you get, Todd?
I got The Purge, and then I got some like a really weird one where it's about strippers, and then they become call girls. And it stars the girl that plays in The Lodge, the crazy one that goes crazy.
Oh, we definitely didn't get that one either.
Yeah.
And then, I just can't remember now. But yeah, definitely had The Purge. Which it seems
definitely
okay.
did not.
I mean, looks better than the last one.
It does. Yeah, it looks more violent, which I like. You know, they're going back to like really being kind of crazy people.
To Mexico.
Yeah, while they're trying to get to Mexico. Yeah, no, it's interesting. I don't know. Like, I guess I'm so soured by the last one.
Yeah, play it by ear for that one, huh?
Yeah, I think so.
That'd be a good direct-to-video release.
It would, but
direct-to-streaming.
It's not. Unfortunately, it's going to theater only.
All right. Next, would you rather? Would you rather watch your best friend be tortured by Jigsaw, but they'll live, or have to cut off your own arm in one of his traps?
And he lives?
Yes, so win-win for me. So
exactly. Yeah.
I just get to watch.
It depends what trap, I guess, what he would be in. You know, like, is he living like normally, or is he like Shawnee Smith, like Amanda, like he's fine after, or is he coming out with no limbs? Like, it depends.
I think he'll come out differently, but he'll live. He'll survive.
Remember the trap? I forget what movie it was, where you had to cut off. They had scales, and you had to cut off your own meat.
That's like, it's one of the last ones. It's like,
that's fucked up. Like, what kind of trap? What kind of choice is that?
Six or seven.
Yeah. There's some questionable choices in Spiral too. I was like,
yeah.
All right.
Okay, so what are you guys choosing? Have your best friend be tortured?
Best friend's fucked.
All right.
Yeah, same.
Steve chooses best friend.
Yeah, probably. Sorry, Rich, if you're watching.
I think so. I'll try to be as supportive as I can be. All right. Would you rather be possessed by a demon or find out your whole family has been possessed your entire life? So either you get possessed by a demon, or you realized your whole family has been possessed this whole time.
My family, because it's the past, so I can't change it. They were cool. They were possessed. Who cares?
I was gonna say, like, if they were cool, like, and I had a good upbringing, then yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Like, what do I care if they're possessed? I guess if you had a terrible childhood and like upbringing, though, then you'd probably maybe consider the other.
I think it's a win-win. If you're alive and they're possessed and you don't have a relationship with them, then okay,
Right?
cool.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Okay, and that's all I got.
All right, that was fun.
I'm curious what the chat's going to say about that one. I'm assuming the same. Maybe they are possessed. I don't know. It's possible.
You never know.
Yeah, there's a lot of ghost activity in my family, so it's highly possible. All right. Mondo going crazy in the chat here.
All right, Mondo.
Yeah.
Is he taking off his pants yet?
Oh, I'm sure they've been off since the second he got on here. Yeah, we actually got to play video games with Mondo, Todd and I, recently. So the whole Let's XP gaming thing, we did our next review, which is going to be Zombie Army 4. So you get to kill, you get to kill some Nazi zombies.
Nazi zombies. So it's a good time.
With Hitler as the zombie Hitler as the main villain. It's
I had to kill him like 4 times at the end. I'm like, die already, dude.
But,
How many times I have to kill you?
Oh, yeah, and you have to kill him in all the other games too, like the other three.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he just keeps coming back. That bloody guy. Yeah,
That pesky Hitler.
yeah, he's always
thinking of
coming back.
something.
Yeah. See, Mondo confirmed it. He is pantsless right now. So. We can confirm.
Mondo.
Typical.
You guys got any questions in the chat? If this is your chance.
Go Mr. Golfing tomorrow.
Oh, you're going again? Oh, wait, did you do it yet? You talked about it in the podcast. I don't remember.
Miniature golfing? No, miniature golfing's tomorrow.
Okay.
Mini
cool.
golf, nice.
A little cosmic golfing. A little air hockey, maybe.
Are you guys good at mini golf? Like, I'm not.
Terrible.
I'm a good putter. That's
Are
like
you?
one of my stronger suits when I go like actual golfing. So
But does it translate to cosmic golf though, or mini golf?
yeah, I think so. I mean, obviously it depends on the course. Like when you have like the really crazy ones, like it really doesn't matter. But like if
shoot it
it's
up
like
the clown's asshole. And
yeah,
stuff.
exactly. Yeah, like that, it won't matter. But yeah, like if it's just like normal mini golf, 2 feet, like to the like, and it'll go sideways, and I just sit there embarrassed at myself.
A few questions we got. How is it that we're drinking this much and not going into the bathroom? Yeah.
I peed a lot today, actually.
Thank you
Now
for the info.
You got it. It was like weird. It was not normal today. I gotta say. I was telling Sam, I was like, something's wrong with me today.
Staying hydrated.
Breaking the seal, you know. But
Exactly. You can't.
yeah.
Once you break the seal, it's over, man. You're in the bathroom every 10 minutes for the
Yeah.
rest of the night. It's weird how that happens.
Yeah. Steve and I have an interview tomorrow for the
That's right.
listeners. Yeah. We're going to be interviewing the directors of a movie called Dementia 2, which premieres, I think, next Friday.
Next Friday. We're allowed to talk about it as of Monday, but yeah, I think it premieres next Friday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we will, I think we're going to release the interview on next week's episode, probably. But yeah, Steve and I we got the screener, we watched it, and we'll be chatting about it and having the interview. Yes. And I watched Dementia 1, so I'll be talking about that as well. I will say completely unrelated. So you can watch Dementia 2 and not have to watch Dementia. So yeah. Oh, and one of the directors, he is like the star of the movie as well. And he was also the star of Contracted. If anyone has ever seen Contracted, which was a pretty popular I don't think it was found footage, actually. It's been a while since I've seen it, but a pretty popular horror movie that came out a few years ago.
Yeah, he's the star, like the main like fixer guy?
And Contracted?
No, in Dementia 2?
Yeah, he's the handyman. Yep.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, he's the co-director for this and writer. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Yeah, I was hoping he wasn't the other dickhead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, there was someone else in the chat who begged me to find more Would You Rather.
Oh.
Just joking. I found them on my own. Okay, so these are more disgusting. These are like general
all right.
disgusting ones. Are you ready?
Guess so.
All right. Would you rather drink a pint of your worst enemy's pee while they look you in the eye, or eat a bowl of your own poop while everyone you've ever dated watches?
Oh. Eat a bowl of fuck.
I drink the pee because honestly, I don't want to face the people I've dated. Some of them are. I would be very happy never to see them for the rest of my existence. So
yeah, I'd
sterile.
I'd rather drink pee than eat
Warm,
poop. No doubt
warm,
about
fresh
it.
Piss.
Yes,
Straight from the wiener.
As he looks you in the eyes, I like how he said
it.
Looks you in the eye.
Yeah, right
Guess
down
I'm
the
drinking
throat.
piss.
Right down the throat.
All right, here's the next one. Would you rather every time you poop, shards of glass come out and make you bleed down there, or every time you pee, you have to wipe with shards of glass?
What the hell are you getting these from?
What sick
really
ass
found some
website have
fucked
you been on?
thing.
Hey, these
Next
are too
question.
bad when you guys were talking about all those fucked up movies earlier.
Be very careful. No, because if you wipe your wiener, you just gotta dab it. So let's just
Yeah, I'm
dab
gonna
it.
Exactly.
say wipe with the
dab.
shard and just like pat it.
Yeah.
All right.
All right,
Jeez.
next one. Oh, this is fun. Would you rather have a vagina on your forehead or have a penis going up and down your back like a stegosaurus? I'm gonna say vagina on the forehead because I could just put my bangs over it.
I was gonna say
Until you start bleeding and then it's like dripping down your fucking nose.
I was like, can you get
Got a
pleasure
tampon
from?
string
Can you get
hitting you in the
pleasure
eyeball.
like from having the vagina on the forehead?
Joe's like this walking around.
Can I play with it? Yeah.
Probably.
I guess could you get pleasure from like your back too? I guess if you have like a penis, like multiple penises on your
weird.
back.
Why do you have to be so weird with it, Joe? We're just trying to have fun here.
It's just wear a beanie, I guess.
I would take I think I would take the penis stegosaurus because at least you can cover that like with a t-shirt and your pants.
If you get aroused, your whole back goes like a big hump, like all of a sudden. That'd be funny. Yeah, I'd go with that too, though, I think.
Okay, would you rather get a huge paper cut over your eyelid or swallow 5 needles?
How big of needles we talking?
How you can even do that?
No, it doesn't matter, Joe. They're needles.
I just want to say anything with the eyes always grosses me out. Like when people touch their eye, or there's a needle in your eye, or like what was that movie I watched? Zombie, which has the wooden piece in their eye. Like it just, I can't.
Yeah, but paper cut on the eyelid, it's just not that big of a deal.
Yeah. All right. Next one is, would you rather eat an entire pie that someone spit in or eat powdered sugar mixed with dandruff shavings?
Dandruff, baby.
Yeah, that's not so bad.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even taste it.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather have to dive into a pool of snot once a day or always have to shower in your own pee? I'm showering in my pee.
I think
shower.
So in
most
college,
people pee in the shower anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say in college we did a poll out of nowhere. We had a conversation between me and a friend, and somehow that conversation became a college-wide like poll where we start interviewing people of how many people pee in a shower, and it's alarmingly high.
Yeah, but the pee doesn't filter back in the water and go on you, though.
Well, I mean, people are peeing on their leg. It's not just science.
Science. Haven't you ever peed in the pool? You're basically like swimming in
no.
But it's better than diving into a pool of snot.
Oh my god, I've peed in the pool so much.
Well, you're the reason why they have chlorine.
Exactly. Yeah. If I'm like, I was at like when I went to the Dominican Republic, I peed like there was like a swim up pool bar. I was peeing in that pool like
typical
constantly.
American.
It's like I ain't getting up to go pee. Like I'm just sitting there drinking. I'm just letting it, come
That's
out.
gross.
Whatever. I thought it can be the whole. I'm sure the whole bar was doing that.
It doesn't make it right. It's mostly piss at that point.
I mean, hey, what like they say in the
Dominican Republic.
Like what they say in the Water Boy, what Mama don't know won't hurt her. So.
Okay, next one. Would you rather pee dry sand for the rest of your life or poo a hard big brick every year on your birthday?
Hard shit or pee what? Blood?
Dry sand for the rest of your life.
Wow.
I don't think that's I'm doing the shit, I guess.
What's so bad about peeing like dry sand though?
It'd be painful.
Imagine.
Would it? Sand granules coming out your pee hole?
Yeah, for the rest of your life, yeah, I'd rather just poop the brick once a year.
I think you'd be dead though if you're pissing sand.
Joe, did you ever have a kidney stone?
Never, no.
Ondo has.
Like, I'm not kidding you. It was the worst pain I've ever experienced in my life. Like, I had it 2 years ago, and I thought I was gonna die. I really thought this is the end. I thought it was over.
Did you piss it out at home, or were you at the hospital?
At home, because I went to the hospital. I thought I was dying. I literally, I was in a hot tub at my in-laws' house, and I came out, and I'm like, I don't feel good. It's weird. And I went to the bathroom, and then I came out, and I told my wife, we got to go to the hospital. And she knows if I'm asking to go to the hospital, like I'm practically dying. Like there's no other reason for me to go to the hospital. And at the hospital, I literally thought like my appendix was going to burst. That was what I had in my mind. But no, it was just a kidney stone, and it was like the most painful 3 days of my life.
Nice.
It took you 3 days.
It took me 3 days. Yeah.
Yikes.
Whoa.
I've only, Mondo's had I think a couple, if I remember correctly. That just sounds terrible.
Yeah, it's the worst. It's literally so sand. No,
it's because you don't drink enough water. Is that the main reason?
That's what the urologist told me. So yeah, so I need to drink. That's water. Why I always hydrate water next to me. Yeah, I bought one of those bottles. I have it nearby. Yeah, it's a bottle that lights up every 20 minutes to remind me to drink.
Oh, nice.
Another thing to ignore. Like when your weight loss app is like, hey man, you didn't do your calories. Fuck off. Leave me alone. I'm eating pizza.
Okay, next one. Would you rather eat someone's ass right after they had diarrhea, or
Joe doesn't see any problem with that already.
or eat your mom's used tampon?
Oh no!
Everyone watching.
All right, chat, please send us some questions. I can't anymore.
We're done.
I mean, 100% the diarrhea. Like, I'm not using my. I am not eating my mom's used tampon. That's just too much.
As I watch our viewership, like
one, what was that one you asked me about, Sam? It was like,
no, I'm not. We're not doing that one on the chat. No.
Okay.
I'll send it to Steve and Todd after.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Here's one more, and I'll be done. Okay. Would you rather wake up to find all your teeth have been replaced with pubic hairs, or have your pubic hairs be replaced with millions of teeth?
That's weird. Can we be? We're done with these fucking psychopath questions. How are you gonna chew with pubes? You can't.
Now you need to eat through a straw.
Oh my God! There's a
pube teeth.
It says, don't answer this. It says, watch your parents have sex once a day for the rest of your life, or join in once to make it stop.
Join in once. Is this like a website you went to?
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's a tough one.
I like Ryan's comment. It says it's like Sam's version of Saw tonight. Just torturing us.
Yeah.
Live or die.
I want to play a game.
Oh my God.
I'll play a game, motherfucker.
I mean, I think if like you're in a relationship, like, would you?
Oh wait, you're answering, Joe. What's happening?
Joe's
like, would you accept it if I just woke up one day and I had like teeth as my pubes? Like,
oh, I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Like, I think if you're in a relationship, I guess like, yeah, I think most like people would just be like, oh, that's weird, but okay, whatever. But like if you were single, like it'd be pretty tough, like to like get into a relationship. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you could remove them, but what if it was like actually like pulling a teeth, like they actually had like the nerves and stuff.
Nice.
Like then it wouldn't be so easy.
So that's it for Would You Rather. Thanks for
that was
Thank God.
It really escalated there, but you know.
Yeah. So what website did you get that from? Exactly?
Quite a ride.
So you can never go there.
This one was from BuzzFeed.
Oh,
I thought it was like from rotten.com or some shit. Like weird.
Oh, they did a survey of asking people to send in the most disgusting Would You Rather questions.
Someone said pube teeth is a power move, so they're all for it.
Sick.
Love it.
Yeah, good times. Oh my God.
I guess.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of diarrhea and pube teeth.
Yeah, it's like a fucking living Kuso here. It's freaking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you guys got anything in your watch list that you're looking to watch soon, or?
Yeah, I got like a bunch of movies like I want to watch. Like I really want to watch The Power, because someone mentioned it on our Discord, and I've been hearing good things about it. So that's definitely on the list. I have a couple others too. This year's not great so far for horror. So
Nope.
I'm hoping it's gonna get better, but so far nothing great. What else do I have on my list? Oh, Boys from County Hell.
That I'm gonna watch soon. I think.
Who was that? Ryan. I think it was Ryan recommended that.
Ryan's
one of the Ryans.
Yeah. It's a safe bet.
Yeah, right. There's like 7 Ryans in the Discord. So yeah, he recommended that. So I got that. Also The Swerve, which is I don't think that's a 2021 release. I think it came out last year. But I've heard I'm hearing great things about that one. So I want to check that one out as well. And I want to watch the Amanda Seyfried one that just came out on Netflix called Things Heard and Seen.
Yeah, I think you watched it, Joe. Maybe you did too, Sam. Did you watch Come True, Sam, with Joe? I think Joe watched it, right? That's the sleep paralysis one.
Oh yeah, that's in my top 10 right now. I really like that one.
I kept hearing about that one, but I haven't been able to find it yet. So that's definitely on my list of things to watch. So I was glad you liked it because
it gave me like a little bit of Nightmare on Elm Street part like vibes to it. Very different, but it was cool, man. Like the nightmare sequences and stuff were awesome. Yeah, definitely my top 10. I really enjoyed it. The ending leaves a little bit to be desired, but the rest of the movie is so good that like I was able to kind of look past it.
Yeah, I'm still waiting to find Aqua Slash. I haven't found it anywhere yet.
Oh yeah,
that like Aqua Park movie from last year. I haven't seen it anywhere. I heard it's terrible, but I still want to watch it because I love theme park movies. I'm a big fan of that. If anyone has any recommendations, given to us in the chat.
Yes, please. I want to see Slacks too, the Killer Jeans movie.
Oh, yeah. I want to see that one too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The Deeper You Dig, some crafty chick recommended. I'm gonna put that on my list.
Oh, I've seen that. I saw that one. It was okay. I didn't love that one. I know a lot of people loved it. It's very low budget. I think it's like made by like a family. Like I think like a mother, father, and like daughter made it. It's so, like I give them props for that big time. And it's like acted and shot really well. I did not love the story, but I want to say maybe I gave it like 3 stars maybe on Letterboxd. So like I didn't hate it. I thought it was going to be better.
Ryan says, don't watch Fried Berry. So Fried Berry is interesting because on Twitter, everyone's talking about it, at least in my circles. And it's a weird fucking movie, man. Like, there's some good parts about it that I really like, but overall, it's such a weird movie. Yeah, I don't know. I'd say stay away from it as well.
Mm-hmm. So I just checked Deeper You Dig. I gave it 2.5 on my Letterboxd. So,
Sam and Todd, you got any things that you're looking to watch soon?
And the list never gets smaller. It always gets
never.
bigger.
Never.
So it's always like I always see shit on Instagram or people saying stuff, and I always just add it, and it seems I never get around to watching them. It's like so much.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
have something I want to watch.
What is it?
Okay, so I know I've talked about how I love Pretty Little Liars, which is spooky, and there's death involved and killings and cool Halloween episodes. But there's a show that is, I can't remember if it's produced by Jessica Biel or if it's directed by her, but it's on Freeform. And it's told over 3 summers in the 1990s, a girl goes missing and another mysteriously takes over her life. I've heard a lot of good reviews about it, so I want to check it out.
Sounds good. It's like kind of like Cam.
Season 1.
What's it called?
Cruel Summer.
Cool Summer. All right. Cam was good. I liked Cam.
Yeah, Cam was good too.
Mm-hmm.
You're right, Todd. There's so much. It's like my list just keep growing and growing. And the worst part is that I never watch stuff off the list. Like I keep watching random shit and not stuff off the list. It's just I should go through this list and try to see if it's available because
it's not just one list too. I got a Netflix list, a Tubi list, a Shudder list, Hulu list, Prime list. It's like, gosh, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would. I don't know. Maybe Todd, you have the paid version of Letterboxd, right?
Yeah.
Can you write notes on a watch list
on stuff title? You want to watch?
Yeah, because I keep putting stuff on my watch list, and I have a ton of movies in here, but I never remember why I put it on here. And I wish I could write like recommended on Twitter or recommended by Joe or recommend. I'd like to have like a context as to why I put it on my list.
No, but you can add it to a private list and name that list like
Okay,
Instagram
like
recommendations
you
or
are.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I got one on here called the Spider Labyrinth. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Right. Yeah, because you forget like what why you added it to your list. You're like, oh, right. It's just so much. I wish I had more time. That's the problem. Bloody work, taking too much of my damn time.
Yeah, if a zombie outbreak though, as long as you got the DVD or Blu-ray, you're good.
Right, exactly.
Need the internet.
I'm watching. I gotta watch Fried Barry. I'm kind of excited about it.
Are you?
What's it about?
It's about a junkie, so a meth addict who gets abducted by aliens and gets probed 3 ways and then shot back to Cape Town. On the podcast I said it was Johannesburg, but it's actually
Is this the one with the full-on boner?
Yeah, that's right, with the erect boner.
Is it a real boner?
No, I doubt it.
Let's not rule that out.
Yeah.
I'll be the judge of that.
And then you tell us. And then he just goes like out on a night of town and does all this weird shit. Like has sex with a bunch of people. He goes dancing in the weirdest way. He does weird facial contortions. It's just a crazy. You never know like what's gonna happen. Like he could be 1 minute at a dance club and the next minute like somewhere totally different. And it's just like following this guy going through these situations as he's possessed by like the aliens or whatever. And his dick is like super good because all the women who screw him, think he's like the best ever.
Got good wiener.
So they did something to it when I guess they penetrated it. So the actor's really good. I'll give it that. The guy who plays Barry does his role really well. Like as a junkie, crazy guy, he does facial contortions, which is really odd. It's almost worth watching to discuss. It's one of those. But I think I rated 2 stars out of 5 on Letterboxd.
Oh,
yeah.
What was that movie called with Steve from Stranger Things?
The what?
Where he's the YouTuber?
Where's the YouTuber?
Spree. I was thinking it was Spiral.
Oh, Spree.
Spree.
Yeah, Spree.
Spiral, is it?
Spree's awesome.
Spree.
I don't think they haven't seen it yet.
Tom?
Yeah.
Steve?
I haven't seen it yet. So.
Come on, guys.
Yeah, no, it's just not available here.
It's on the list.
So.
It's must watch.
What is that service on? Hulu, I think.
It's on Hulu.
Yeah.
Free? I guess I can look right now.
Honestly, it's worth the price in my opinion.
We don't have Hulu here, so.
Fun fact.
No
Target,
Steve. No Hulu.
No Target, no Hulu.
Steve, fun fact about Fried Barry. The director of Fried Barry messaged us yesterday.
Oh, really?
With the website to friedberry.com to let us know that there's merch now available, including Fried Barry hot sauce.
That'd be a cool piece to have, though. Randomly.
Honestly, if he asked us to do an interview, I'd do it just because I have questions.
we could definitely get him for an interview if you did. If you did want to. If you did,
I got questions for that guy.
Like I have questions.
Yeah, sir.
How
I got some
dare
questions. Yeah. Like, why?
Whose boner was that?
Right.
How long was the boner boning?
Why so many sexy?
Todd, when you meet the Greasy Strangler guys, get him for an interview for us.
I wonder if they're gonna be cool or not.
I feel like they will be.
Yeah, we'll see. I hope so.
Yeah, I think they'll be cool. Just get an intro.
Yeah. I feel like watching the movie again. Steve, man, it's worth $40, man.
I'm gonna buy it.
Good one.
It's on my Amazon list. I should just.
Yeah, I ended up buying the special Blu-ray whatever for $40. So I'd say it's worth it. Everyone I showed it to has loved it.
I think it's on my Amazon list. I'm gonna do it right now. We're live on the fucking live stream. I'm gonna buy
it.
Hopefully he likes it.
I don't know how he's gonna feel about it. I mean,
he's gonna be like, "It was awful, guys."
I don't know if he's gonna like it.
I love it, man. Honestly.
Where's my stupid wish list here?
It's like the same.
It's $17.99 right now, Steve.
It's like the same humor.
That's right.
I don't know how I don't know.
Greasy Strangler.
I don't know if I'd pay $40 for it.
Oh, it went down. So I took it.
What's it at?
It's at
It's worth $40, Joe.
26.75.
You can't find it streaming somewhere for cheaper than that?
No, I couldn't find it streaming anywhere.
Wow.
It's a special director's edition, so
It's on Prime here. That sucks.
yeah. I'll add it to cart.
Well, I hope you like it because I love it.
I mean, yeah, I love it too. All of us love it. I think Sam loves it too. Sam's the one that turned me. Sam's the one that showed me it.
Turned you onto it, Joe.
You were. You were. Mm-hmm.
I gotta pick something else.
Speaking of wieners, man, that's got some couple wieners on the opposite spectrums in that movie.
Indeed.
Yep.
I'll be right back.
Sure does.
Steve's going poo-poo. Huh?
Ryan asked a question and wanted to know if you guys could make your own big budget horror movie, what genre would you do?
Found footage.
I would do a slasher, I think.
Slasher? 80s slasher? 90s
Home
slasher?
invasion, that's what I would do.
90s home invasion? Mm-hmm. Playing some like Creed in the background. Let's go zombies, man. I love zombies.
Look at this photograph.
Every time I do it makes me laugh. Wait, is that Nickelback or Creed?
How do we Nickelback?
My bad. What's Creed?
Creed is.
Will you take me high?
Yeah. They were on the Scream 2 or 3 soundtrack.
Were they?
Wow.
Of course they were. I want to watch Scream 3 again. I haven't seen that one forever.
It's not that bad. It's not as bad as people make it out to be.
I saw it in the theater with my mom. I remember that.
It's not nearly as good as 1 and 2, but it's not terrible.
Scream 4 I haven't seen since it came out either.
Scream 4 is bad. Scream 4 is real bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did Sam? I think Sam liked Scream 4, right?
Is that the one with Emma?
Yes. Steve.
It's been a while since I've seen it.
And Rory.
It was asked Steve if you had big budget, what kind of horror movie would you make?
What genre?
100%. It's the movie. I described it like a few episodes ago. It's a Memento Mori movie, so it'd be a ghost film.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've always dreamed of making that movie. It's just too difficult to do without.
Can you guess what Joe, Todd, and myself said?
Todd would probably make his Killer Santa movie, I would hope.
Nope. Incorrect.
No? Really?
Yeah.
You want to make a slasher?
Zombies.
Oh, zombie would be really cool. Joe would make some kind of slow burn goat movie.
No, I didn't. I did not say that.
No, what'd you say?
Found footage.
But it's about goats.
Right.
Yes, it would be the goat would be holding the camera.
The goat whisperer. What about you, Sam?
Yes.
Hubie Halloween type film, like a Halloween appreciation.
0 for 3, Steve.
Really? Damn.
I said home invasion, but it would be after a Halloween party. Let's go with that.
Okay. Yeah, speaking of Halloween parties,
cool.
Sam, I gotta call you out a little bit here.
Oh.
I was watching one of your old Halloween parties you did in Kansas. It's like too good to be true. The decorations are so on point that it looks like a set designer did them. It's so like crazy.
Thank you so much. I think that was my last Halloween party.
Like it's so good.
Rubbing her feet.
Yeah, like it looks so good that it looks fake. Like it's just like too good to be a real party, you know?
Oh my God, Steve,
it's crazy.
you're gonna make me cry.
I was showing my wife and she's like, damn.
People think I'm fucking plain. I'm not. Like that is my purpose in life, is to throw Halloween parties.
Do you guys get thrown at your apartment this year?
All throughout the year is just that one night.
You guys gonna do one this year at your apartment?
I mean, probably, but it's not the same because it's like you can't be loud.
Right.
You can't.
Got to be reasonable.
Yeah, but I was thinking about like just like a little Halloween dinner thing. Like I had even talked to Joe, like we could start here at the apartment where it's like decorated and stuff, and I have little bites and little drinks, and then we can just go like bar hopping or walking around Salem or something. Yeah. But yeah, I don't think I would do another Halloween party until
get your house and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That'd be dope.
No, I'm okay. Thanks, though.
You're welcome.
But yeah.
Someone wants to know, Todd, to talk about a little bit about your book, how you came up with the story and the process and stuff.
Oh yeah. Whiskey's getting to me a little bit.
All right, Whiskey, Dad.
I know I got dad stuff tomorrow morning. Killer Santa was supposed to be a short film. We tried shooting it, and we rented out the library for it. Not rented it out. You can ask, and they'll give you permission as long as you're not trashing it or whatever. We did that scene, and that was fun. And then COVID hit. We couldn't do all the main stuff, big stuff we wanted to do with it. And then I wanted to have, I had really specific snow scenes in mind, and freaking the winter was terrible. Sorry, the winter was terrible, so we didn't finish it. And then COVID hit, and then we're like, fuck it. So yeah, it's been a bucket list item to try to write something, and I decided to turn it into a little book. Took a couple months to write it, and then that's it. It was really fun. It was really hard too, because you have to literally describe everything, unlike a movie where you can just put Todd walks into the room and you can figure out how to shoot that, but you gotta describe every single thing that someone does. But it was fun. It's good stuff.
How long did it take you to do, Todd?
Once I started, probably a couple months.
Mm-hmm.
And then 3 or 4 rewrites, and then that was it. Working on the next one right now.
Nice. Can you give us a tease as to at least what genre it is? Obviously horror, but outside of...
Yeah, the next one is going to be called Tales of Terror, and it's going to be an anthology. And it's going to have 3 or 4 short stories, no wraparound, just a collection of short stories or whatever. One of them is about a killer gnome, or is he? And then another one is about a gentleman that has an obsession with killing rats, and he takes it a little bit too far. And then the third one that I'm writing, those 2 are done. The third one I'm writing right now is called Hunted, where these rednecks just get random people, and then they take bets on who will die first among them. So they go out and try to kill them. And then so that one's in the process right now. And there's gonna be another one called Demon in the Basement, which is pretty self-explanatory. So yeah, those are
I feel like that one's gonna be pretty scary.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if it's gonna be
based on a true story.
No, based on The Last House.
Yeah, exactly.
That was Demon in the Attic for The Last House.
Well, your COVID experience was pretty Demon in the Basement.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was Ghost in the Room for the COVID experience.
Will your kids read your book, Todd?
No, it's too violent. It's got violent shit in there.
Good.
So.
Yeah, it's awesome. Man.
Oh, you know what, Joe? You'd mentioned it earlier, and it triggered something. I think you said something like, it was stuff that bothers us in horror movies where you're like, I've seen it all. I started reading Off Season.
Yeah.
I don't know if you started yet.
No.
But I remember you saying it was really bad. But I got to one of the points where it's bad. I'm like, oh, we've seen this. It doesn't make it a bad book, but it's it's, I guess whenever this is written, it was pretty
the 80s.
oh fuck.
Yeah.
And now it's just we've seen it.
Right.
Yeah.
How is it so far though? Is it worth a?
It's good. It's good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It gets right to the point, so it's always good.
Nice.
Yeah, there's a scene. One of the first kills is a scene rivaling Terrifier with that girl that he hangs up.
Oh, nice.
Oh, damn.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's
Very
always
cool.
nice. It's always good to hear.
And just so you guys know, for those who are there in the chat or watching later, we had announced a contest where if you buy a piece of our merch and post it on social media, you're going to win a box. I'll say here for the first time, in that box will be a copy of Todd's book. So it's going to be awesome.
Nice.
Yay! Special edition one.
Yeah, it's the limited first print edition.
First print, wrong edit version.
Right.
So have fun with basic punctuation errors.
I bought multiple copies so I could put in contest boxes and stuff. So yeah, definitely something real. There's a lot of stuff going in that box. It happens to be a time where I'm getting rid of some stuff because I have just way too much, and that one's going in there.
Shout out to David Washburn. I don't know if he's on the chat. Probably isn't, but he painted this cover artwork
Nice.
like by hand with like nothing, just me telling him like, hey, this would be cool, and he did it. He's a really good artist.
I want a signed copy, Todd.
Yeah.
Okay. Make it out to
I
my
also
biggest
want your
fan.
dogs to sign it too. I want their paw prints in it.
I'm sure they would do that for free. Little bastards.
So another question we got comes from Katie. Have you or would you ever do a book versus movie episode on the podcast? It would be cool to announce it a month or so ahead, and we could read the book at the same time.
Totally.
Yeah, we've talked about that, right?
Yeah, I think if we do another book, we're going to do a book and movie. And we're even talking about maybe doing World War Z.
That's a good
I think
one,
would
man.
be a cool combo book movie. Especially there's a lot to discuss about the differences between the two. So
it's night and day.
It is.
I kind of want to do one that's more like, what's the word I'm looking for? Something that's more comparable, because those are like,
they're so
the
different.
name's the same,
right?
That's about it. Like the Jaws book is pretty similar, but I think the Jaws book is terrible if anyone's ever read it.
What makes it terrible?
You've seen the movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know the scientist they have, Richard Dreyfuss, that comes to the island stuff. He's having an affair with Chief Brody's wife, which is really weird. When they kill the shark, it's not like anything like there's no crazy showdown where he's like, "Smile, you son of a bitch," and blows him away. It's literally like they stab him with a stick, and then like the shark swims and just dies. I was like, "Oh, that's lame." Bunch of weird shit like that. Like the Richard Dreyfuss character is like a young, attractive college student, and he's like banging wives on the island. I'm like, it's just weird. Okay. Yeah.
He sees in the day, huh?
He's just going after it, killing sharks and slaying poon.
Oh.
Katie's saying that she's trying to do Salem's Lot, but she's having a hard time getting into the book.
I did the audiobook for that, and it was a lot better than the book.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any get into the movie.
Right.
Oh, I did. I finished The Stand finally.
The book?
The book, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched. It was really good. The book. I didn't like the lack of a showdown at the end there.
Yeah.
Between good and evil. That was like
typical Stephen King.
What? But I watched episode 1 of the miniseries from Mick Garris, and Molly Ringwald is terrible in that, man. She's like a terrible friend. Like I don't know why they picked her.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna finish that, and then I'll try to watch the new miniseries, see which one's better.
Yeah,
I heard good things about the new miniseries either.
Yeah, that sucks.
The thing about the new miniseries is I've read the book, I watched the original miniseries like at least 5 times, and if I hadn't, I wouldn't understand what the fuck was going on in the new version, because they time jump and without context really. So 1 second you're watching, how do I put it into perspective? Like you're watching a character and he just survived the apocalypse, and then the next scene he's with someone who's pregnant and it's his wife at a fair, and it's like, you know, months later, and you're like, okay. And then it jumps back and it's back, and you know, it's just like, it makes no fucking sense.
I do think that the new Stu Redman's a good Stu Redman, even though I haven't watched it. I forget his name.
Oh yeah, it's
Cyclops.
Cyclops. Yeah. I like him as an actor. So, although Garrison East is awesome too.
He's pretty good too.
Yeah. You'll see a lot of stars in the Mick Garris version, who people weren't stars at the time but became stars later.
Yeah, you got Nick Andros played by
Rob Lowe.
Rob Lowe, yeah.
Yeah. You got SpongeBob's Patrick, who was also in Coach, who plays what's his name? MOON there.
Tom Cullen.
Tom Cullen, that's right.
Yeah.
And you'll see a bunch of people just pop up through the series that were interesting.
Yeah, but I'm a freaking gigantic reader. I got 3 books at a time usually going. So anyone in the chat has a good recommendation for a book movie comparison, throw it out there.
How do you have 3 books at a time, Todd? How's that done?
I have one audiobook that I listen to in the car to and from work. And then I have one physical book, which is I'm reading The Hobbit right now. And then I have one book on my Kindle. So 3 different mediums: digital, audio, and paper.
Nice.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I was like, I could picture you with a stack of 3 books
just
on
like
your night
this.
table. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah. I'm doing The Hobbit right now, off season for Joe. Joe and I's read along. If you guys are into it, we're doing it sometime in June. And then audio. I'm actually reading one that you probably wouldn't think I would listen to for audiobook is The Time Traveler's Wife, which I'm like, I've heard okay things about this. I've never seen the movie. I like time travel, so threw it on. And it was super freaking weird. In the first 5 minutes of the audiobook, she runs into her future husband because he's a time traveler. And she's like, the last time I saw you, you were sucking my toes in the meadow. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Is that the one with Rachel McAdams?
I don't know. I've never seen the movie. Isn't that one the love story? Nope. The Notebook? Is that Rachel McAdams?
She was in that one too, yeah. But I believe she was in The Time Traveler's Wife. I can't remember the guy, his name. Kind of looks like a young Richard Gere, but that's not him.
Speaking of Richard Gere.
Sam,
so, did you read into the story I sent you on chat about Richard Gere?
No.
What did he do? Is he canceled?
Yeah, no, it's because Sam has this podcast called Let's Not, and they're talking about gerbils up asses.
That was about
him. But they didn't know where it came from. They said it was from South Park, which is not wrong. They did do it on South Park, but where it originates from is there was a rumor in the 80s that Richard Gere had put a gerbil up his butt, and
it's a weird rumor.
Yeah, it's so that's the thing about it is that it's so weird of a rumor that people bought it because like it's too specific, you know.
It's probably real then.
Yeah, so it's been a thing since the 80s that he did that, and that's where it came from.
Huh.
Yeah, and I always thought that was an interesting.
I wonder if there's any interviews on YouTube where people have asked him about it.
Oh, they did. Yeah, I read articles. He's just like, it's stupid rumors.
Like, yes,
of course he's going to say that. He's not going to be like, you got me. It's, I don't know. It's, yeah.
I don't understand how that'd be pleasurable at all.
People are weird, man.
It's a little animal up your butt.
Yeah, I'd be worried it would get stuck up there and
would burrow out your anus and it's in your stomach. And
right.
My mom was the head of emergency as a nurse for 25 years. And she's like, you have no idea the kind of things people stick up there and have to come to the emergency room for.
Oh my God.
Yeah, all the stuff she's seen over the 25 years is ridiculous. So.
I bet. That's a taxing job, I imagine. Holy crap.
Let's get her on the podcast and talk about like nightmares of the ER.
Well, I actually wanted her on the podcast because she had that Exorcist story that I told on the podcast not super long ago. Because her first year or two, when she was still a med student, like starting in, she was in the psychiatric ward at the main hospital in the city, and she saw a lot of like really crazy stuff that people could see as being Exorcist, worthy, but she was psychiatric work, so she looks at it more scientifically. Problem is she's French, so she's very cognizant about her accent, and I don't know if
she accents are hot. I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah, well,
tell her I said it.
Not to Canadians, but maybe to Americans. Yeah, no, it's normal here, right? It's just
I think all I guess quote unquote foreign accents are hot to us that are only English speakers.
Right. No, exactly. So, but maybe I'll convince her one day to say, pick a few horror stories, and she also has some good ghost stories.
I would love
because my grandparents have great ghost stories, and having been with them, she's experienced some stuff. Yeah, apparently ghosts, this is a weird thing to tell me, but she says ghosts were particularly active when I was around. Mm-hmm. So she said that my
Antichrist.
Yeah, maybe. She said my great grandmother and me were big beacons for ghost activity when we were kids.
And hamsters, so it's kind of weird.
Oh, hamsters too?
Yeah, so. But speaking of moms, we definitely have to get Joe's mom back on. Like, that's probably one of the most memorable episodes we've ever had, I think.
I kind of want her to do like a thing.
Like an actual seance.
But then I don't because I'm scared.
I do. I totally want it.
And she hit kind of closer to home for me. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah, we definitely should. I've even had people who watch my channel when I've done live streams, they talk about Joe's mom in that episode.
It's a good episode, man.
Yeah, that was a favorite for
one.
sure. Yeah. A lot of people love that.
I'd be scared to go to your mom's house if I were you.
No kidding. Like,
that's just Timmy hiding your wallet. Don't worry.
It's never. It's not. It's never like that though. Like she usually doesn't say anything, you know.
But she
Does
sees
she ever
him.
look over your shoulder?
That's a thing. If she's looking away, you're like, oh my god, what you look at?
Yeah.
Does she ever say like? Joey, just walk towards me. Don't turn around.
No.
That'd be fun. Like, Mom, I'm never coming over.
Yeah, she'll just like days off, and like, she's looking at something.
Jeez.
Yeah.
You weren't scared as a kid is beyond me. Like I would.
No,
never sleep.
I was terrified as a kid. So she didn't really mention it, like because she knew it scared me so much. Like, and I started talking to her more when I got older. But yeah, as a kid, no, I was like, don't even. She would try to bring it up, and I was like, nope. I was like, I'm out of here. Like, I would just get like it would like a pit in my stomach every time she brought it up, like as a kid. So I was like, nope, I'm out of here.
I love her accent too. It's just so like it's like the most like Boston accent. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, no, I hope we could get her back, and maybe around October.
Yeah,
like
she would. I mean, she would definitely come back on. So she was a little nervous the first time, but
she was great.
Yeah, she was good. She was very
awesome.
good.
She's a pro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Has she gotten has she listened to it or?
Yeah, she listened to it. She liked it, and she was like really excited. I told her like, we got a lot of good feedback, and I remember like my sister, she had like my sisters and like her, my aunts and stuff listened to it and stuff like that. Wow. And one of my sister's feedback was like, oh wow, you guys are like a actual show. She's like, it was kind of like, it was well done and like kind of professional. I was like, well, yeah. What do you think we do?
That surprises my family every time.
Yeah.
Like every time I mention I'm on a podcast, they're like, oh, you actually do that. And you actually like produce it and like, yeah. I don't know. I guess some people just don't get the podcast thing, I think.
Right.
Yeah. And I edit every episode. Never have I heard anything like that one episode with the EVP.
Yeah,
like,
that was.
And I've heard hundreds of hours of recording through all the episodes, and that's the only episode I heard something weird like that. So
yeah, that's really weird.
But it was good. It was like the perfect time, because I could have easily just cut that out and moved on, but I didn't. Right. I didn't want to because it was so weird.
Oh, I'm glad you did. It was really bizarre for sure. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty convinced we caught something there.
Yeah. And I'd like to know what other types of shows, we try to do stuff differently once in a while. We did the book, which was from the feedback I got, people liked it. It was a risk, of course, because not everyone likes to read, but
right.
That was good feedback. We're doing the 90s show this summer. I also have scheduled, I don't know if you guys remember, because we haven't talked about it in forever, but in August to do a Wes Craven retrospective.
Yeah,
because people have been asking us to do a retrospective since we did Stuart Gordon ones 2 years ago now.
Wow, I can't believe it was that long ago.
Oh.
Yeah,
exactly. That was a good ep.
I love that episode. Yeah, I got to watch so much Stuart Gordon I had never seen. So like I feel like I'm like before the episode, I felt like I hadn't seen barely anything Stuart Gordon. I watched like 10 or 12 Stuart Gordon movies and shorts like in a week. So.
Me too. I watched almost his entire filmography in that week because he only did like 22 or 20. I think he did 24.
It wasn't a lot. Yeah.
And some of them are just TV show episodes and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, I went crazy. And I'm still trying to finish that filmography just as a completionist, right? It's like, okay, I gotta watch the last 5 movies if I ever find them. Mm-hmm. So Wes Craven, I think, is going to be a good one because he does have.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've seen most Wes Craven stuff, but there's definitely a few I've yet to see. So I like Serpent and the Rainbow. I've never seen, so I'm excited to watch that one.
Invitation to Hell is pretty obscure too by him.
Yeah, I definitely have not seen that.
Yeah. Who else should we do? Who else do you guys think in the chat thinks we should do as a retrospective?
I think we should do Toby Hooper. I mean, he has like a lot we could cover with him. He would be good. I mean, maybe I don't know. Maybe he doesn't have as much as I think. I mean, he's got at least like 5 or 6 horror movies we could cover, if not more.
He's got a bit. Mortuary,
Yeah.
TCM 1, 2.
Okay. Oh.
Faders from Mars. Off the top of my head.
Mm-hmm. Hitchcock.
Hitchcock would be fun. It's we got a question from Ryan. He says, Sam, how do you feel being the lone female on the podcast?
Oh, that's a good question.
I don't know how to answer that. I mean, I don't feel like left out or anything. Just maybe when they talk about boobs, but
You talk about boobs just as much as us.
not as much.
You're a boob connoisseur.
Not as much, but yeah. Maybe just like I only feel a little left out when I'm like being too sensitive. That's all. But other than that,
Sensitive on the boobs.
yep.
It always comes back to boobs.
We talk about hard boners too. We don't discriminate.
Yeah, that's right. We're talking about hard boners today. So.
Yeah.
Look at Hitchcock's filmography, and he's got 71.
He's got a lot.
credits,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
He's got a lot. Maybe you could cover the bullet points, but
Well, they're not all horror, so
Yeah.
you can,
Do
kinda
like the
pick
Birds, Rear Window, Psycho.
Exactly. Yeah.
Those are the only ones that I know that are horror off the top of my head. Is there anything else?
Rear Window, Vertigo.
Yeah.
Vertigo's not. super
Vertigo, is that
horror.
horror?
It's borderline,
Close.
maybe.
Borderline,
I've
yeah.
seen that one.
Rear Window's good. We can do that one with a comparison to Treehouse of Horrors with Bart.
Aw.
Yeah, absolutely.
I forgot James Stewart was in that. Cool.
I mean, eventually, obviously, Carpenter would be like a
Oh.
must.
Well, we don't have to wait till he's dead.
No, I mean, we don't.
He's not making horror
He,
movies.
he
anyway.
ain't making any more movies.
Right.
Like, so we could definitely do Carpenter.
Dude.
I still have not seen his last movie, The Ward.
The War. Oh, with Amber Heard.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it either.
Mhm.
You know,
Don't
that's
support
the top.
her. She's gonna be.
Yeah, she's in The Stand, the new one.
Yep.
As
Don't support Amber Heard.
Nadine Cross.
You heard?
Well, she's a villain, so
She gets railed by somebody.
Dark Man.
Dark Man, the walking dude.
Yeah.
What was I gonna look up right now? Oh, The Ward. I want to see where it's available.
And Ryan said, I like Sam being on because she brings a different perspective. I appreciate as a guy, I just miss out. I agree. I always see it from a male. Obviously, I always see it from a man's perspective. So it's nice to get a female's perspective on things because you put,
That's good. Sometimes I feel like I don't have a lot to add, so they entertain me for now. So
No, it's always good to get. I always like to hear different perspectives on horror films and stuff.
Whoa, The Ward is $186 because it's out of print.
Whoa.
Definitely not buying that.
Right.
That's wild.
Jeez.
Yeah.
It's got to be available on VOD somewhere.
It's only. Well, I mean, you can watch on Amazon.
Ah, okay.
I'd rather own it though.
Yeah, so I'd like to know which other type of shows you guys would like to see. Like we're trying different stuff. It's Katie says equal opportunity, nudity, and horror films. Yeah. I agree. Honestly, like
throw some wieners out there.
Throw some wieners with the masses.
You know what? We don't see enough of fucking ball sacks. Let's get some ball sacks out there.
We saw quite a bit last year. Like it was a thing where ball sacks were exploding in 2020. That was almost a theme of 2020.
Yeah, the freaking the Chronicles
Mortuary Collection.
There you go.
Had that. So did.
I gotta stop drinking this.
Porno. Porno had exploding balls or cut balls.
Oh, Porno did have some.
There's a few. Like it was an alarming amount of exploding balls last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I looked up horror directors, like if just other people we could do. There's not like as many as you think. I mean, Juan. But he's still doing stuff, so he might be worth waiting.
And they're all pretty recent, so it's like
Argento is one.
Let's do Richard. Yeah, let's do Charles Band. Like,
oh god.
And then Cronenberg, he's kind of more like sci-fi, but I mean, he's
how many has he done though?
He's on the cusp.
He's done The Fly. He starred in Nightbreed.
Yeah. And that's really like, yeah, that's it, I guess, as far as
Mick
guys who've
Garris,
done,
little
like, a lot of
bastard.
horror. Yeah, I wouldn't
I don't
want to
like
do a
that
Garris.
fucker.
I would not want to do a Garris retrospective. Most of his movies are terrible.
What about the what's that guy that did Hatchet, Frozen? He's pretty neat
Adam
too,
Green?
but Adam Green's got some good
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
The little puppet one's great.
Digging Up the Marrow is my favorite from him.
Yeah.
Well, Frozen was really good too.
Actually, speaking of directors, I got a message. Actually, I think it was this morning that they're filming Ari Aster's new film near where I grew up.
Oh, cool.
So if I'm allowed to go, I might try to check it out and get some shots of his
That'd be dope.
locations.
Awesome.
Like someone told me, a friend that's there said he's like 5 minutes away from where they're
cool.
planning
Nice.
to film. So
They're filming
Which one's he doing?
something with I think it's
Joaquin
with
Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah,
Oh shit.
because he just arrived there like this week. So
I don't think it's gonna be horror though. If
it's not. I'm not sure.
I don't believe so, but I could be wrong.
I thought he was doing freaking
Disappointment
Vampires.
Boulevard. It's drama.
Drama, yeah, because I heard he's totally wants to get away from horror, from what I've heard.
that sucks.
Yeah, and then Eggers they started filming his new movies, like starting to
It's
film
Vikings, right?
Vikings, yeah, the Northman. That's not going to be horror either. It's going to be like a revenge, maybe
Oh,
like
guys.
semi horror, but yeah, they're both kind of leaving the genre probably because they got cred now. So that's what a lot of directors do. They just do horror to get the cred, and then they leave to do
They'll
more
be
like
back.
serious stuff. Oh, of course, they always
I
come
want to see the
back.
Green Knight. That looks pretty cool.
Yeah, A24, yeah.
I like that actor. I forget his name.
I haven't seen the trailer yet.
It's cool.
Yeah. Is 2021 going to get out of the rut, or is this?
I hope so, man.
I don't know. So far, not so good.
Yes,
I mean,
I'm actually
there's
hearing
that-
good things about Army of the Dead. So,
Yeah.
really? All right. We'll
Is
see.
it out yet?
Really?
and it's out in theaters. It's coming out on Netflix next week.
Ooh, I should go
Mhm.
sneak away from work for that too.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait for the Netflix. Well, I have to, but I
Hey,
would.
we gotta get some nachos, man.
Uh,
Oh yeah, you don't have a choice.
Right.
No, I don't have a
Yeah.
choice. But if I did, I'd probably wait anyway.
Yeah.
But it could be a
it's-
cool movie theater because it's such an action.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're almost halfway through the year, and I'm like, oof, I don't.
Oh, it's right. Yeah, it's playing right now in my
Mhm.
theaters.
I was gonna say there's not much choice right now, so I'm sure most theaters would have it. Alex in the chat is asking, I read that Hubie Halloween was shot in Salem. Did you guys get on the film?
We didn't, but we went to the filming locations, a few of them. Yeah.
I tried to be an extra, but apparently they didn't want.
Sam, we don't hear you if you're.
Yeah, you're.
I heard her.
You did
Did
hear
you?
me?
Yeah.
I hear you now.
All right, now I
Yeah.
hear you.
No.
Yeah, that mental connection, maybe.
Go.
Yo, Joe.
No.
Okay, maybe next time.
What were you
scared
saying?
now.
Were you saying something about Hubie though, Sam?
I said I tried to go to the extras audition, but apparently they didn't want me, but they wanted every other single other person around town.
You had to audition for an extra?
Yeah,
just, like,
supposed
walk
to-
in there
I
and they
think
look at
just did it just to create buzz so they could like make news stories from it.
Have you guys ever been an extra?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. It's interesting.
Is it worth the hype?
No.
No.
Unless it's a movie you really like.
Yeah, I was an extra on the Sum of All Fears and a few like stupid TV shows that no one cares about. So
Like what?
a bunch of just like stuff that you've never seen. Like just
Canadian
late,
Office.
yeah, like Canadian,
Canadian.
you know,
The
late
Degrassi?
night
Degrassi.
Degrassi. No, not Degrassi.
You
That's
can't do that on television?
I wish that was awesome.
Are you afraid of the dark?
No, I was too young. I know someone who was on it, but no, not me. No, like literally stuff you've never heard. Like even
Canadian
Canadians
American
have never
Idol.
heard of. Right.
Yeah.
But
Canadian
Sum of
Idol.
All Fears, like, so when I did that, it was just a lot of waiting. You just kind of sit there.
It's not
They-
as glamorous as you
No,
think.
they do a couple takes of a scene, and then you wait for another 3 hours, and then it's just like,
Yep.
What
Yeah,
movie did you do, Joe?
I did Ted.
Oh, really?
and-
Can you see you?
Yeah. No, I'm in the
Okay.
crowd. I'm in the crowd during the Nora Jones like concert.
Oh,
scene.
okay.
And then like Mark Wahlberg goes up on stage and like sings that shitty song or whatever. And But yeah, I mean, it was like cool for a little bit because like Seth MacFarlane was the director, so he like came out and did like Stewie voices and like Family Guy voices like while we were waiting. But like it's like you're there and like it's like okay, like we're filming it this way, and they're like okay, we got to break down all those cameras and everything, and then reshoot the same scene again. So like you're waiting like like Steve said, like 2.5 hours for them to like move all the equipment, and like you're just like sitting there being like, oh, what the fuck? It was like we were there for like 12 hours, like and like it was the same scene over.
Did you get paid anything?
Oh no, we got free pizza.
T-shirt? I got a T-shirt.
We got free pizza and Seth MacFarlane. I got a Seth MacFarlane autograph.
Oh, that's nice.
So, yeah, so
that's cool.
Yeah. So that was about it. But yeah, I mean, it was like a cool experience for like a story to tell people like this. But you know, got to see Mark Wahlberg in person, and that was about it. And Nora Jones. I guess I got to hear Nora Jones sing "Come Away with Me" about 100 times.
Yeah, it's I've been on movie sets because when I studied film, one part of our curriculum was to go on movie sets and kind of like learn what they do, and man, it is not what you think. Like I went to one where it was a party scene, but they can't play the music, right? So it's just people dancing to nothing, and it's just so awkward and weird.
Crispin Glover style.
Yeah, exactly. It's just
see with Nora Jones, she actually like sang, like they actually.
Oh really?
She was singing live. Yeah.
Oh, they probably weren't doing dialogue. That's why. Because
they were
doing
weren't.
dialogue. Yeah, that was the issue. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but sets are cool. I got to see a cool moon set. I don't remember what the movie is called, but that was really cool. So
yeah, when Sam and I went to the Hubie Halloween set, it was awesome because it was like July and like everything was just like decorated in Halloween, so it was really cool. We got to go to see Hubie's like actual house. Like it was like that was awesome. Like it was just Halloween decorations. Like it was just like Halloween thrown up on the front lawn. It was so cool.
Yeah, and now they're doing Hocus Pocus 2, right? In Salem?
Supposedly. I mean, that's like the big it's like the big rumor, but like we haven't heard anything yet if they're actually going to film in Salem or not. It's like the big rumor that it's going to happen, but
Joe said they're going to be filming was it Ryan or Ben Affleck, a Ben Affleck movie in Boston, I think.
Yeah.
And they were calling for extras.
I think it's Ben Affleck and like a Ryan Reynolds movie or something. Yeah. They just got done filming a Leonardo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence movie in Boston too recently about like a comet that's like hitting Earth or something.
Oh, are we getting back on that?
Yeah,
that train?
Apparently, yeah.
It's been a while, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like that space junk that was falling on Earth. Did you guys read that story recently?
Yeah, no, the China thing.
A Chinese satellite was falling back to Earth.
Yeah.
And a big chunk of it wasn't going to break apart in the atmosphere, but they had zero idea where it would land. It could be literally anywhere on Earth, and they were tracking it.
Did it land in water?
It landed in water, but really close to the Maldives.
Oh, jeez, that's scary.
Yeah. So, but yeah, and I know people who are like super anxious about it. They're like, "Oh, I'm not going to leave my house that day." I'm like, "Just come down to your house. You did."
Yeah.
But I get it. People have anxiety. It sucks, but yeah, the chance of you getting hit by a satellite is a lot less than basically anything else. So
yeah.
But space junk's a real problem. It's people don't talk about it, but there's people shoot satellites up like it's fucking nothing. Things eventually come back down.
Eventually, yeah.
We should do a conspiracy episode sometime. Like we each pick one of our favorite conspiracies and then talk about it.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
There's a lot. Yeah. I'm trying to think of like, I read a lot into like death conspiracies, especially. They fascinate me. Like the that expedition. Oh yeah, Paul McCartney. That expedition where a bunch of people just froze to death with no explanation.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
I don't know. If
Doll something pass.
Yeah, something like that.
D pass. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, still got 14 people watching.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
Staying
we've been
up
going like 3 hours too. So thank you everyone for.
Ryan Bratton said yes to a conspiracy episode. So did M.
All right,
we gotta do it then.
A dark documentary.
You guys better do it because we're gonna do it on Let's Not soon.
Oh,
are you?
We're gonna beat you guys then.
Beat them in the market.
Yeah. No, there's some and a dark documentary episode. You guys, what kind of dark documentaries have you guys seen or would recommend?
Dark?
What do you mean by dark?
Any subject matter that's not.
Oh,
like Ted
yeah.
Bundy?
I guess yeah.
Oh, Dear Zachary, that is so dark. It's depressing.
What is it?
That one, Joe?
It's called Dear Zachary. It's
Oh.
about. I don't really want to give it away because I feel like the less you know, the better.
Is it depressing?
Oh God, yes. It's so. I'll say all.
It's not the worst. I don't remember. So
It's pretty bad. I mean, I'll just tell you. I guess it's basically about like a mother who ends up like murdering her newborn son.
okay. Sorry, I didn't know.
But it's like really dark. But the story is fucking insane. Like how the like basically the system just like completely failed like this like child like and just kept letting the mother like get away with shit. And it's really really good documentary but very like dark and depressing.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm trying to think of what dark documentary. I mean, I've watched a bunch of them, but they're too like serious. They're not like horror, they're more like real life darkness, which is not as interesting, I guess, to discuss.
There's another one I watched about a family and like the dad, they had no idea, but like the feds like raided the house and like he was like running this huge like kiddie porn ring. I can't remember the name of it, but it's like really good and dark once again.
Yeah, like I watched one called The Bridge. It's a guy who filmed
the suicides, right?
Yeah, a guy who filmed the San Francisco Bridge for a year, and just to see the people who would jump, and then try to like get on their stories to figure out why they jumped and what was going on. Because and that was a depressing one, and it's just like and actually the documentary people saved I think 2 people.
Oh my
because so they were filming so far away that they couldn't just like immediately save someone if they saw them like trying to jump over. But a lot of them they just kind of contemplate standing on the railing, and they had a couple chances to actually like go and save them. But there's a lot of like sad stories. One in particular that really struck me, it's like this guy in a black trench coat and he's got long black hair, and he just like hopped on and jumped off. And the whole story with him is that he was depressed because he couldn't get a job and he felt like he was an outcast and a loner. And he jumped, and I think they said something like half an hour after he jumped, he got a call from GameStop, which was like his dream job, to offer him a job. And they left it on his answering machine. Oof. And so had he waited like an hour, he would have on the call. It's just it was a heartbreaking friggin' documentary, but interesting at the same time, to see human psychology. Yeah. The stuff I love though, like more on the fun side, is and I know too much about. I think it's one of those things I know way more than I need to. It's ghost videos. Like I can spot a ghost video and know where it came from. I've seen so many over my life. Like on the last podcast, Joe and I talked about a movie called The Blackwell Ghost. And in it starts with a ghost video, and they interview the guy, and the story is like not interesting enough, so they kind of stopped the documentary until 2 years later they started a new one. Well, I've seen that ghost video multiple times, and I knew the whole story behind it, and that's how I knew the movie was fake and not a real documentary, because it was basically an ad that someone filmed. And I love ghost videos, man. It's it fascinates me.
Which Steve and I found out with the Blackwell Ghost, there's like 6 of them, which we had like no idea about. So we were talking about we're gonna go through the whole series. I think they're like all available on Amazon Prime. Well, in America, I don't know about Canada, but so I've heard good things about them though.
Yeah, I'll find it. Yeah, they're not here on any of the services. So I'll probably wait.
I was expecting them to all be terrible, but like none of them have lower than like a 3 rating on Letterboxd, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty damn good for like a low budget movies like those. So yeah, I'm excited.
All right, so maybe I think it's time to wrap up. It's getting pretty late. So thank you everyone who watched this, live. We really appreciate it. I mean, some of you guys, like Ryan M, been there pretty much at the beginning of the stream, so that's freaking awesome. Super appreciate it. Everyone on Discord. It's always a good time. If you're not on the Discord, highly recommend it. It's like a really good group of people who have awesome discussions, and and this chat will be up for a while on the YouTube channel. This is our new YouTube channel, by the way. So we have our own YouTube channel. It's actually risen from the ashes of my old YouTube channel, which I've officially pulled apart after 8 years.
Did you delete everything on there?
It's all private.
Private? Oh.
Yeah, it's all just...
I was wondering how you got approval to get live stream, because I know you had to have special...
Well, that's why I decided that I'm not going to use my YouTube channel anyway.
Right.
So I kept a few of my horror videos that I liked up just because it was relevant to the theme, but other than that, it's I took out something like 350 videos.
Wow.
Just unboxings, man. The amount of unboxings I did is like sick. I shudder to think how much money I spent on fucking
same
mystery boxes.
Oh yeah.
And how much of it I've actually kept is a low number when I really think about it.
Surprising.
So yeah, that's a whole thing. But anyway, so thanks everyone. If you, like I said, if you want to watch it and check out this week, we're probably going to do the Queen of Black Magic on our podcast, and let us know if you want us to do more of these live streams. It was easier than I thought it would be to do it. And any other ideas? Now we did the t-shirts, we did the live stream, we did Joe's mom's episode.
That's right.
We're checking our boxes of requests. So if there's anything else, let us know.
Hell yeah.
And don't forget to join our Discord too. Hopefully that link is still up in there.
It's up there somewhere. It's up there.
Honestly, just send us a message on any of our social medias, and we'll send it to you, because it has a 24-hour lifespan for whatever reason. So
stupid Discord being all fancy.
Discord, yeah, it's worth it once you get in, but
yeah,
it's a bit of a chore to get in. All right.